attacks become AoE. In this state, his second skill's cooldown is shortened, and hitting an enemy hero with it reactivates his soaring state. So don't panic when a melee enemy is on you. Use the terrain to your advantage to block off pursuers. Kaja's ultimate received the biggest change, from solo gank to a setter's dream. Kaja's whip now lassos an entire area, trapping enemies inside. He can then drag them along while the lasso tightens. Since the ultimate has a cast delay, timing is key. Aim for the enemy carry in the backline. For Kaja's skill priority, if the team needs fast wave clear, pick up his first skill first. To invade the enemy jungle and apply early pressure, go with the second skill first. Prioritize upgrading the first skill afterward in either case. For combos, try out these two. In the laning phase, use Kaja's first skill to poke and recover HP. If the enemy engages, use his second skill to take off. Then kite with his aerial basic attacks. Kite when attacked. Attack when they're out of steam. For initiating teamfights, use Kaja's second skill to soar. Use the terrain to reposition. Follow up with his first skill to slow and reduce their damage. Then immediately cast his ultimate and let the team clean up. Now, let's talk matchups. Kaja does well against carries with no mobility skills, such as Layla, Ixia, and Vexana. Once he flies in and lassos them, there's no hope of escape. He also pairs well with allies with AoE, like Odette, Barza, and Ixia. Kaja can hold enemies in place while they pile on the damage. The perfect set! Now, if you're up against Kaja, remember that while his ultimate can't be purified, heroes with mobility like Kagura, Yi Shin, and Suyo can still dodge it with a dash. To play Kaja at his best, go for a sustain and poke playstyle. For Kaja's build, Rapid Boots helps him get around the map faster, and Thunderbelt is great because he can quickly get stacks from his AoE basic attacks while soaring, making him more tanky while boosting his damage. Oracle boosts the healing from his first skill, improving his sustain so he can stay in the fight. We recommend the support emblem for Kaja for more survivability and movement speed. Choose Flicker as his battle spell and combo it with his second skill to drag enemy carries from further away for allies to blow up. For players who enjoy fast, aggressive roamers like Khalid, Hilda, or Marcel, Kaja offers that same fast roaming and in-and-out teamfight playstyle. Give Kaja a try and rule the sky. Soar anywhere, lasso anyone. The revamped Kaja arrives on August 5th. Get his Commandment skin for only 51 diamonds. And get Kaja at 30% off during launch week.
my judgment! Witness the power of pure lightning! All that lies below is under my vigil!
Still trying to reach your allies on foot? Still stuck navigating terrain when the fight's already over? From flightless bird to ruling the skies, the revamped Kaja can be summed up in 2 words: soar and lasso. Soar anywhere, lasso anyone. First up, Kaja's passive skill. We kept its paralysis effect and upgraded it. Hitting with Kaja's skills will slow enemies and reduce their damage, making it easier to pressure enemy carries. Moving on to his first skill, Kaja releases a ring of primal lightning, damaging enemies and healing himself. Scout bushes, recover HP, interrupt recalls. Kaja can now fly into the enemy jungle like a true fearless roamer. From a short dash to full flight, Kaja's second skill is a highlight of this revamp. Kaja dashes to the target area before entering the soaring state. While soaring, Kaja can fly over terrain and his basic attacks become AoE. In this state, his second skill's cooldown is shortened, and hitting an enemy hero with it reactivates his soaring state. So don't panic when a melee enemy is on you. Use the terrain to your advantage to block off pursuers. Kaja's ultimate received the biggest change, from solo gank to a setter's dream. Kaja's whip now lassos an entire area, trapping enemies inside. He can then drag them along while the lasso tightens. Since the ultimate has a cast delay, timing is key. Aim for the enemy carry in the backline. For Kaja's skill priority, if the team needs fast wave clear, pick up his first skill first. To invade the enemy jungle and apply early pressure, go with the second skill first. Prioritize upgrading the first skill afterward in either case. For combos, try out these 2. In the laning phase, use Kaja's first skill to poke and recover HP. If the enemy engages, use his second skill to take off. Then kite with his aerial basic attacks. Kite when attacked. Attack when they're out of steam. For initiating teamfights, use Kaja's second skill to soar. Use the terrain to reposition. Follow up with his first skill to slow and reduce their damage. Then immediately cast his ultimate and let the team clean up. Now, let's talk matchups. Kaja does well against carries with no mobility skills, such as Layla, Ixia, and Vexana. Once he flies in and lassos them, there's no hope of escape. He also pairs well with allies with AoE, like Odette, Barza, and Ixia. Kaja can hold enemies in place while they pile on the damage. The perfect set! Now, if you're up against Kaja, remember that while his ultimate can't be purified, heroes with mobility like Kagura, Yi Shin, and Suyo can still dodge it with a dash. To play Kaja at his best, go for a sustain and poke playstyle. For Kaja's build, Rapid Boots helps him get around the map faster. And Thunderbelt is great because he can quickly get stacks from his AoE basic attacks while soaring, making him more tanky while boosting his damage. Oracle boosts the healing from his first skill, improving his sustain so he can stay in the fight. We recommend the support emblem for Kaja for more survivability and movement speed. Choose Flicker as his battle spell and combo it with his second skill to drag enemy carries from further away for allies to blow up. For players who enjoy fast, aggressive roamers like Khalid, Hilda, or Marcel, Kaja offers that same fast roaming and in-and-out teamfight playstyle. Give Kaja a try and rule the sky. Soar anywhere, lasso anyone. The revamped Kaja arrives on August 5th. Get his commandment skin for only 51 diamonds. And get Kaja at 30% off during launch week.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monsoon Siege. Today, once again, it's me, Sudan Rai, as host, and uh, there will be some beautiful casters from both regions. Here on my left side, it's Manisha from Nepal, and on my right hand side is Tanzim from Bangladesh. For today, we'll be covering up the playoffs day one for the female category, and yeah, we've already made it to the top four of the female and even the open category. So once again, for I'll be going for Tanzim. First of all, is there's only one team from Bangladesh. Yeah, it's very sad for the whole South Asia region. So how well are you prepared for the performance of Vanquish Vincere? That's the only Bangladeshi team from in the playoffs.
Thank you so much. And yeah, this is the play of day one where only one team is gonna be on the stage, and that is Vanquish Vincere. So definitely it's a kind of sad because we have fought with the Nepali teams and we tried to did our best, yet there was only one spot that was for us, and that is why Vincere is here. And on the other hand, if I talk about the Nepalis, then I will say that against the other teams that's representing Nepal was really hard. So there were some kind of troubles. The synergy, the draft session, and everything was the reason. That's why Bangladesh couldn't be like the team was only one from our side. And if I talk about last night, then between the game of the last one with Vanquish Vincere, that was a head-to-head one. Of course, we found our first best of three there, and the round was against the last Requiem was really intense. And the way they showed that yes, they are on top here in BD as well as they are gonna be there in Monsoon in our regional battle. So that was exciting. So I think they were determined to go through the victory path, and that's why they're here. I think that was the key.
Yeah, really good answer, Tanzim. Thank you. But yeah, and obviously, like you said, that was the first ever best of three match, by the way, in the whole tournament, and that was really tough match in between those two teams. So, by the way, is Manisha, you have already witnessed the yesterday's match. How well are the team 7 seconds prepared for the first ever match? By the way, you can start by the statement from Zandik.
Okay, so we have Zandik. Confidence is cute. Let's see how long it survives on the battlefield. That is a very bold statement. I mean, yes, being confident is nice and all, but until and unless you really show that in the battlefield, it's not going to work out for you, right? And it's just not about the confidence alone. It is about the team fight, the synergy again, and how well do you know this game. It all depends on that. And I think our Zandik is going to show us what it really is in today's matches. And talking about all the other teams from Nepal that we have is Badda Esports, Wonder Girls, and our 7 seconds. I am very much excited to see how they're going to perform. While we know that both Badda Esports and 7 seconds, they won their respective matches in 2-0. So I think it is going to be a head-on-head match between two major teams of Nepal, and I'm really, really excited for it. And yes, like looking at the statements that our players they have made, that is quite unique, quite thoughtful. Our Zyla says maybe the chapter you're so afraid of is going to be your favorite. Exactly. And we are going to witness that in today's match itself between our both Nepali and Bangladeshi teams.
Yeah, and I guess as being the top team from Nepal, the Badda Sports, who are considered the top team of Nepal from most of the community, by the way. And I'm not
Yes.
sure if the team 7 seconds are afraid of facing them or not. By the way, here is the bracket for the playoffs. Tanzim, you may take over.
Well, the bracket already shows that how's the match gonna be. First of all, we have Badda Esports versus 7 Second Esports, and the other one is going to be Wonder Girls versus Vanquish Vincere. And the winner from match one and match two is gonna be on the match four side. And yeah, that's how it's gonna be. If I look at the lower bracket side, then loser of match one and loser of match two, they are gonna perform once again, and match five is gonna be all about winner of match three and the loser of match four. And that's how the winners of match four and five gonna be on the grand finals, best of seven session. So yeah, it was quite exciting because playoff day is here, and there's gonna be so much fun. Of course, we love to see the players fight between each other. We love to see their strategies, the determination, and the grand final scene is going to be the last one before the Siege, the Moonson Siege Championship Cup.
Yeah, and that grand final is gonna be the best of seven. We have one each day for a female and open category, which will be a really long match, by the way. And for the lower bracket finals, I could see that it is best of five, and we are gonna have two lower bracket finals of female and even the open category in the same day, and that day is also gonna be a very long day. So stay prepared for that day. We are gonna have lots of fun during this tournament. And by the way, this was the first time that we have a female dedicated tournament in South Asia region. So about that, what do you have in your mind, Manisha? What are your expectations for future for the female categories from Mountain?
So yes, talking about that, I think it will, empower more female players to, dedicate their whole career as a player, as an esport player. And I think if it goes on like this, we will surely witness some amazing, amazing players from the South Asia alone. And yes, I am very much hopeful for the future. And I think this time the way our girls they have played, I think our monsoon should consider that and keep their mind on that and hopefully bring some more tournament in the future. So yes, I'm hopeful
Mhm.
and I'm confident.
All right, so we can see some respect ban, I guess, from the yesterday's plays here. But I suppose they are going for Suyo and Yuzong ban, which we usually don't see in the first phase of the banning. All right, for the 7 seconds, they are going for the usual, the meta bans here. So, but I suppose they are left with some really good heroes like Hirara is still open. They can go for Hirara or they can go for well, I guess Hirara could be the first priority here. What do you say, Tanzim?
Well, since she is a new hero, like recently released, but the way her skill works, look at the mobility, the immunity, and the damage as well. That is a really good one. If you are going for Hirara, then that can be a cruel one for your opponent. So I found Melissa. As for Melissa, I will say that it's the same. Even though she is a like a marksman, and that is kind of how do I explain this, that is kind of like scary to open your marksman in front of your enemy. But with Melissa, it's like the fear for your opponent, like you are not
Mhm.
afraid to show your marksman. On the other hand, there is Herrera from 7 Second Esports. I think they found a chance to grab her as well as Minotaur this time, since Badda didn't go for them.
Yeah, well, as we can see, Pagata was left open, but I suppose they didn't, they are not going to let them pick Paquito because they have already picked up the Esmeralda, which will not only deny the Paquito pick, but is already good enough to soak up those seals coming up from Minotaur whenever he wills that flax of the Oasis. So, but I suppose they are with the last pick for the phase one, and that's going to be the all right, that's going to be the
Kufra.
Kufra. So first, second, 7 second is post. The last pick remains for the first pick. So Manisha, what are your guess here? Oh, but they have already
Oh,
revealed it.
I was actually going to say Carrie because we already have Esmeralda in our Badai sports, which definitely needed some, melting MMs. And we already have carry being open here, and our 7 seconds has picked it. And I think if they maintain the position of carry, it is going to be very easy for them to get this match for this round. I already love the draft that we have in the 7 seconds. We have Hirara, we have Minotaur, even though we have like Melissa being the meta hero currently, as well as Esmeralda. I am really looking forward for the 7 seconds draft pick, actually.
All right. With that being said, we can see there's already the Hayabusa ban coming up. That's you know kind of a respect ban for Tommy, who is really good with Hayabusa, even though he is
Yeah,
not that relevant in this meta, but C plays it really good. On the but the sports side, we can see the Sora is getting banned, so two bans remained here. So what do you suggest for the 7 seconds sports ban, Tanzim?
Well, since they picked their Mossman, Jungler, and Roamer, all they have is EXP as well as their Mage. Since we know that 7 Second got the marksman here, and already Badda got the two strong frontliners that's gonna perform in front of Melissa, so they will definitely go for Melissa this time, and carry will be like well secured by the team with protections and others. So if they wanna like chase Melissa, they will go for something like burst, or like that will give them proper visions, or strong CC. I think they can go for like how do you say, Eve or something like that,
yeah.
since they can trap her down and melt with Herrera. That can be a good one.
Yeah, really, really good position, by the way, Tanzim. And yeah, by the way, we haven't seen much of Kadita, which is a direct counter of Melissa, but with
Yeah, yeah.
her and with paired up with Minotaur, maybe they might not be able to win the mid control here. So I'm not sure
Hmm.
if they will be picking up the Kadita here. So
I think they're going to go with the Eve itself because we've seen them use it, but
Mhm,
okay, none. It's still there.
mhm,
It's yet to pick, but we have Uranus, and I think from our Badda Esports, looking at their current, the hero picks, I think they are going to go for another sustain kind of hero. Maybe they'll pick Alice out of the box.
mhm.
I just think that
Yeah.
maybe, but I don't think so because we already have Carrie, so maybe they will not pick Alice. But there's a chance like they're gonna pick something a very sustained kind of hero because we have Uranus in the 7 seconds. Oh, but we have Gord in the mid lane. Let's see how it goes. Okay,
Oh.
assassin plays hero. Okay, Ling. Do you know that Tommy plays Ling very well as well? I have seen her play that, and I think she is going to do wonders in this match. With the Lings, we're going to see that sing, sing, sing. you know, the kind of plays that she can show is like amazing. So she has great skills. So let's see if she can utilize that in this match itself. And for our 7 seconds, again, mid lane is still open. So looking at the scenario right now, they should have actually gone for the Kadita, but I don't think they're gonna pick it.
Yeah, by the way, it will keep even more pressure for themselves, by the way, for 7 seconds if they went for the Cardita. But well, they are going for
Oh.
the Lonox, by the way, which is also kind of similar to Cardita, by the way. See,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have that much of CC. In fact, the Lonox C completely misses out on the CC. Yeah, she have those damage to melt down the Esmeralda or even the Kofra,
Mm-hmm.
but well, I don't
Yeah,
think they'll be able to control the mid in this game. Let's see what happens because Ling is also there to, keep the pressure on the map. By the way, let's see what happens. You can keep up the game. Okay, you can take over casters.
thank
All
you,
right.
host. Yes, please continue, Tanzim.
Well,
What do you think about
Manisha,
Kufra?
personally, I think Lunox is going to she's gonna chase out, Kufra and Esmeralda as well, since we know that she can deal really good damage against heroes that can sustain in front of you. I think,
Mm-hmm.
like Dash's heroes and high mobility heroes are a threat if there's squishy heroes. On the other hand, if they are gonna be in that type of situation if there is a hero that can counter your dashes like Kufra. So definitely they will try. Like 7 seconds will try to take down Kufra and Esmeralda as soon as possible. And with Tommy,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, that she is a really good Ling user. I think the squishies from 7 seconds might be in trouble, but let's see who can do their best in this round.
Exactly, but we are here in the land of Dawn, and in the top lane, we already
Oh,
have our very first blood from Zyla, and Zani gets down. Oh, and in the mid lane, there is going to be something fighting for the lethal. I think, okay, bottom lane, another lovely kill from our Badda Esports. Mau Mau takes that second kill over our carry. Early on, I think our goal lane, they should, just focus on the clearing of the minions rather than initiating the team fight. Because, again, the damage Melissa has right now, since she's also in the meta, so she will definitely have a little bit of extra damage from the early on, and I think Harry has to look after it. But looking at the mid lane again, Kufra, lovely lovely zoning. Okay, I
well,
think.
Manisha, but I'll see that Melissa is kind of weak in the early game, but comparing with her range against a carry, she's gonna have a really nice time having that 1 versus 1. But there it goes against Minotaur, might be in trouble. Look at the health, my goodness. Bubbles this time, she really didn't pop, but managed to survive at this point. And the turtle's gonna be here soon. Not soon, it's already here. And already Zyla, look at her being stunned in the mid game, but still She is doing really well at this point. Maybe another kill, power of order I can
No.
spot. That was another scary moment. Like, look at Badda Esports, how they try to melt down 7 seconds Esports, as well as they are focusing this time on the turtle. Once again, I can see that there's another fight. There it goes. Mystic Dust. Oh, Zandy got another kill. Bubbles already down until we secured the turtle without being harassed by 7 seconds this time. That was a clean one for the Badda Esports, and the score is 2-1 with a turtle. I think that's a good start. What do you say?
Yes, definitely. I am feeling like more confident for our Badai Sports, but unfortunately, Zandik gets down again from our Zyla. Zandik, you have to play very safely because you cannot just start speeding early on. And lovely jump from the cook wrap, but I think it is not going to work out because we already have our Minotaur to save her for the backup actually. But
Yeah.
yes, as I was saying, like the combination of our Badai Sports, I am feeling that they are going to do great, but at the same time, our 7 seconds they are also going to give our Badai Sports a very hard time. Like, look at the positioning. Two men. Okay, Zanik is out. But anyways, I think there's going to be a gank in the bottom lane, but maybe not. They have sent our tanks. They have sent, all the members of the Badai Sports being there, so they're backing out. Our 7 seconds, they're backing out, and not sure what's happening right now. It's just like it's a but bottom lane.
Alright. Linger is the temperature blades. Let's see how sharp they are. But look at Zyla finally managed to get back this time. But Mystic Dust, Mama Luna finally managed to get one more kill this time. Might be another one. Alright, Livia finally did her best this time, taking down Mama Luna and give them another answer this time. Another one goes in, and that is the front laner. Let's see. Alright, look at the Melissa's damage coming out from her. Livia goes with another one. Zanti finally got Bubbles again with double kill, securing Zyla. Let's go. Triple kill is secured by Zyla, and Bunny finally managed to give them another answer. The fight was literally top notch at this point, and look at them. They are really doing great as Badda Esports. Their score is increasing at this point, and look at the fight between the synergy, the timing, everything between them, and this turtle again goes to Badda Esports. So earlier, Manisha, I was about to say that 7 seconds gonna come back to their gold lane as because Melissa is playing against them, but this time I think they are gonna be in trouble because as well as Badda Sports, they are aware of the gangs on the on Melissa, so they will definitely gonna protect her even though there is a lot of enemies in front of them.
I mean, yes, if both of the teams they want to win this, they have to protect their goal laner because both of the teams they have the one that can provide a lot of damage to the team. So they have to protect their MMs if they want to win this match. And let's see who's gonna do best at it. Look at the scenario in the mid lane. There goes Falling Stars from our Zandik to just fall back instead of attack mode. But anyways, I think it is important for you to survive, for you to fight in the game. So I think it's okay. It's okay if she's gonna come back like she did. But here we have another lovely engagement coming in. Look at the damage from our Mama Melissa. She is giving hell of a time to our 7-second Esports. Oh god, she's still going in, but in the mid lane, our 7 seconds, they're trying to get to that first tier turret of the mid lane, which is going to be very difficult. But here we have a lovely support, and with that, our Mama gets another kill over Bunny. It was really nice. It was nice.
This point where the third turtle's gonna be here in Land of Dawn. And there it goes, 7-5 the score. And earlier from the build section, I spotted that against the Mau Mau, there are 1k goal difference between Nuclear and Mau Mau, so that's gonna give them a hard time. I think another link has happening, but the turtle, there was no fight. Like Tommy was really chill this time, and the turtle was on the side of Badda Esports. So I think they are playing, really. How do I explain this? They are trying to end this as soon as possible since they got really strong frontliners, and in the late game, they don't want to face carry in the late game, as well as like their tanks gonna be useless because they will be melting like ice creams, obviously. So it's better for them, and that's how they are giving 7 seconds a hard time. There it goes, once
Look at
again,
them.
Mr. Gus and Mau Mau finally managed to get another one kill, but this time 7 seconds gonna back off for now because they need more farm this time.
Yes, and the damage, obviously, we've been talking about the damage from our melee slash is melting the heroes, like melting the heroes from our 7 seconds, and it is going to be very, very, very difficult for our 7 seconds to sustain if it is how it's going to be. And also, also genuinely love how Badda Esports are supporting each other, backing up, and yeah, just it. You have to be in sync to just get into that game. But we have lovely one-man gang being on the bottom and also at the top, but the bottom lane gets killed. Our Mau Mau gets another kill. Our Bad Bunny, it's B Bunny, sorry, BA Bunny. So yes, as I was saying, it is very important to understand the map. You have to look at the map, where your members are, especially, and you have to give the calls. And a lovely miss from our own Datato over there. But anyways, I think our Badda Esports, they're trying their best to, give so much pressure in the mid lane. And again, the damage is insane. But here we have, they're trying to protect it, which is going to be worthless at this point because the mid turret Tier 1 is going to get down anytime soon. But here we have our very first lot of the match. Who do you think will get this lot, Tangent? Because the damage is insane. Venom Fury was not comes in, and Mau Mau gets a kill over Nuclear, and she's still going in. But Tommy gets another kill over Zyla. That was too deep dive from our 7 seconds, considering how much back-to-back our Badda Esports were, hurting them, and yet they were trying to counter the lot, which was obviously backfired. Like, look at the replay. It was such a lovely position from our Cupra. I think
definitely that was a good one, and I think at this point, 7 seconds. Mainly from the start, they were trying their best, but meanwhile, when they were focusing to protect the carry, the others, it was kind of went not so good for 7 seconds esports, and suddenly there was a lot of damage coming out of Badda Esports since they got, themselves killed from the first turtle. That's how it started, and there it goes. Mau Mau in the help of Mama Luna, they finally managed to take down Bubbles, and this time it's gonna be another one tower from the mid lane, and look at her securing triple kill this time, playing Elavia and chasing after the tower this time, and I don't think it's gonna survive. Let's see, and there it goes. I see that there's Giban is still trying, Lord chasing them. 7 second esports from the bottom lane, and they are focusing on that, and this time there's only Uranus looking. That was really, scary. Look at the damage coming out from Badda Esports, and they literally melted. This time that's gonna be the base, and finally this round goes to Badda Esports with a huge chunk of damage coming out from Melissa. That was insane.
exactly.
Yeah, obviously,
And
Melisha Mauma with the Inspire, she was already dishing out huge sorts of damage during the first phase. She got us our first kill with that Inspire.
mm,
Yeah, we could even see. I mean, I would like to. Looking at this situation here, I would like to question a bit here. I mean, I do not play Uranus that often, but I have seen lots of Uranus players in competitive scene with the Revitalize. Here we can only see
mhm,
one or few stuns coming up from Badda Sports. But if only she had kept that Revitalize spell, she could have saved her a few more times and even saved her teammates, by the way, because Minotaur is already squeezy. He needs a
mhm.
few more heal. If that was a Revitalize, I think that could have been a bit better in my opinion. And even in the team fights, I could see that they were not being able to target the damage dealer of the team, but I suppose they were just kind of clueless kind of situation there. But yeah, how do you put it into words, Manisha?
I think the main issue that happened early on was Mao Mao. The damage, like she was really aggressive. While you're playing you have to get aggressive in the early match. If you are one on one, if you're solo, you have to go on in an aggressive mode to get that solo kill, and you have to back off if there's support from the other teams. You have to understand the situation, and that same thing happened with Badai Sports. They understood what was happening, and on the other hand, for the 7 seconds, they were not, as you said, they were not being able to target our Melissa um because our Kupra, actually, she was being that barrier between 7 second esports and Melissa, so that she could get less damage from them. And on the other hand, I don't think the same kind of support was there for our carry you
Yeah, by
know
the way, yeah, I think they could have, focused more onto the goal and the carry to make her the core damager, the hyper carry
exactly.
of this game. But they, even when they had carry in their team, they once again first pick that uh, what was that, the Linux. They first picked the
Oh
Linux in their
yes.
very last pick. I don't think that was very necessary because they already had something who could spread the damage onto the tank, or
Hmm.
just the Esmeralda. I guess they were only trying to melt that Esmeralda. So maybe they could have picked
Hmm.
someone who could constantly CC the opponent, where they could protect the carry in this game. But
Uh-huh.
well, anything you want to add, Smiley?
Well, I will add that yes, I will agree with you, Sudhan, before that. So they needed, as in 7 seconds, needed a bit of more crowd control since there is Uranus and Minotaur that is kind of support tank, not gonna sustain that much from you. But if I look at the others, as in Lunox being the last one from 7 seconds, they could use Kadita as well as any other, like crowd control mages that you will give you a lockdown scene, like will be able to take down one or two. And if you can get close to Melissa the maskman, then you will be able to easily lock her and take her down, and that is the core was playing from Bata Sports side. So missing out the crowd control was the mistake 7 seconds it did this time. I hope next match they will be focusing more onto the scene. This time they learned from Bata Esports since they were going with strong front lanes. Yet there was a really heavy damage dealer from the back they were supporting. So definitely they will try to crack Bata Esports that scene, and they will go with something that got mobility as well as crowd control.
Yeah, in fact,
Mm.
by the way, they were holding on to the Badai Sports. They were looking strong in the game number one too. So yeah, they might be able to crack the code in the game number two. Let's see how will they be drafting in the game number two. That will be, that will also be the main key to the victory. By the way, but this is the best of three match. Even though they loses, any one of the team loses, they will be dropped down into the lower bracket, so they will still have the second chance to compete for
Exactly.
the championship. So but it's still, being in the upper bracket, that will be less, how do I put it in,
Like
that
that's
will be less
something you
stretching.
wanna be.
Yeah.
That's something you wanna stay. You wanna do. Be on the spotlight and
Mhm.
steal your chance. So definitely.
Yes.
Okay, starting the draft from Manisha.
Yes. So looking at the draft again, our Melissa is banned from our Badai Sports. Maybe they were since I think it's the 7 seconds first pick, so they did not want to give that chance to, Melissa being picked from their side. So I think it's a good ban. But looking at the scenario, I think they're going to be picked again Minotaur from our 7 seconds, because Minotaur was good, but could have been better if the positioning was right before. And try not to engage in a lot of team fights early on, at least for first 5 minutes. But here we have Hirara. Let's see how she's going to perform in this match. But okay,
Yeah, she wasn't having really good time in the game number one. Maybe they
yeah,
could have picked the Paquito who was left open. Esmeralda was banned from their side.
Exactly.
Or they could have picked something like the Atlas or even the Valentina if they wanted to deny pick the Atlas from the side
something
of Team Bata,
CC.
I suppose, right?
Yeah,
But well, they still went for that Hirara, so maybe they have the answer for us. Oh, Bata Sports, they
you
are already showing off two hues ultimates here. So 7 second sports, they have the chance. They have the chance to pick the
they have
Valentina
the
here with
Valentina.
the Paquito, maybe. What do you say, Tanzim?
It has to be Valentina from my side because that kind of shocked me.
Exactly.
I was hoping to see Atlas from the side of 7 seconds since they were doing really good with 3 man and 4 man formation. So Atlas could be the good one for them. But since they go for Hirara and their opponent is going like diving in with Sora and Atlas, that's gonna be trouble. And Valentina could be another pick, and there
Yes,
she is. There she is. So I think this time the match is gonna be excited since Valentina got two really strong positions for her like chances, and that's gonna be Sora's ultimate as well as Atlas. So if she can, grab some of them, their opponents as in Badda, and that can be so handful for 7 second esports this time.
Well, they had the flexibility. We all know that that Valentina could have gone for the XP lane or even the mid lane, but they already showed their cards here. They have already, said the Bud Dice was that yeah, she is going to the XP lane, where they could have kept them in the suspense and let Bud Dice Sports
exactly.
waste some drafting or banning slots over there. But no, they didn't want them to keep guessing. But I suppose they are with the Hanavi once again, another pick who is CC human, but we don't see any kind of CC from the side of Team 7 second Esports right now. Just from the Vanitina, she will not be able to pick off the the
Mm.
Hanavi with those ultimates coming up from the Badai Sports.
Well,
I
I'm
think
fearing the same scene as in 7 seconds is missing out the crowd control once again. So that might be another problem for them, even though there is Valentina performing for their side.
yes, I was actually going to point that out as well. But again, Lilia in the first pick phase, while she could have been picked later, and maybe kept our Badai Sports guessing, that could have made Badai Sports to make some you know confusion and a mistake in the drafting itself that could have been an advantage to our 7 seconds. But nonetheless, the picks are made, and you've being banned from our 7 seconds. Let's see what our Badda Esports are gonna pick. I think they should go for a Zetian,
Mhm.
the combo for with Atlas and Zetian, that can also come in handy at the right timing. So they could pick a Zetian, but let's see. Yes, we have
All
Zetian
right, all right.
as expected, as I was hoping actually. Let's see what we have from our 7 seconds now.
All right, they need a roamer at this
Yeah,
moment and a goal laner for their team. But with that,
yeah.
maybe they will once again be picking some squishy kind of lineup for the game number two as well, where we could already see in the game number one. This time, maybe they will have even less front lines against the team Badda Sports. So for the roaming position, all we can see is they need some kind of disengaging kind of the roamer.
Ooh.
Oh, all
All
right. So
right.
what are they gonna flex? Are they gonna flex that Carmilla onto the gold lane? I don't think that's gonna be the Badang on the gold lane, or maybe he can be because he has that range on the first skill, who can safely clear up the minion waves. But okay, that's really confusing draft from the side of Team
Yes,
77
it
Sports. But yeah,
is.
maybe. Oh, but they might be losing some damage, but that's going to be compensated if the Carmilla will be able to drop her Curse of Blood properly during the team fight. So yeah, it all depends in this in the battlefield whether they have the great synergy with this lineup or not. Once again, but the sports will be going with that Ling.
Ling.
Well, they can extend the game to the later stage of the game with those lane pressure, those side push from the Ling, and with that, once again, I think Team Bada, I suppose they have the upper hand. Their backlines are on target level in sense here, and they
Yes.
even have those damage. They have the setup. They have the everything, I guess. So I'll be taking the leave here. Cassius, Tanzim, you may take over.
Well, yeah, so looking at Badda's draft, I think it's gonna be another hard one for 7 seconds to counter at this point. Because if I point out all the ultimates of this five, I can literally spot a scene where Atlas is grabbing everyone, and Ling, Hanabi, Zetia, and Sora gonna follow up, and that's gonna be a nightmare scene. As well as 7 seconds, if I talk about them, even though they have Valentina, but still that will be a problem. Valentina gonna provide the CC of your opponent's side, gonna grab one. But again, if we talk about Carmilla and Nuclear being in the gold lane, I think against Hanabi might be a problem, since there are not that kind of synergetic crowd control coming out from 7 seconds. So let's see,
Mhm.
Manisha. All I can say that the battlefield itself will talk for these two teams this time.
But yes, looking at the map right now, in the bottom lane, there's going to be something, but in the mid lane, very low HP Bubble Pops gets back. But then we have our very first
Oh,
first blood Mau Mau, and also she was able to take down Nuclear with her. But yes, I think they've understood. Our 7 seconds have understood, but unfortunately, the poke that we have from our Badda Esports is going to hurt a lot from our Zayton, especially. Yes, as I was saying, that our 7 seconds, they have understood that the key point to break Badda Esports is to target their the damage dealer, but very low HP. Our Lilia, she has to fall back, but it is going to be very difficult with that. Mau gets a lovely kill right there. She should not have been there, Lilia should not have been there. She stayed for too long, and Undatato was there to follow up. And yes, I think the strategy behind our 7 seconds is to lock up our Hanabi, especially, to suppress the damage as early as possible and target her and her only, because in the very first 30 seconds, I think they all were like the three members from second seconds, they were there. But yes, we are here with our very first turtle of the match, and this some lovely engagement going on in the top lane. Very forced flicker we could see from our no, Valentina. So yes, who do you think will take this turtle, Tanzim?
It's kind of confusing at this point with 7 seconds and Badda Esports since they are coming up with a lot of poking scene. But let's see once again, Fury of the Phoenix. The fight goes on. Mama Luna finally secured a kill, and that is Valentina this time. Sora coming up with from the side of Badda, but another one might be for their favor. There it is. Jandik finally slain Zyla this time. The jungler's out, as well as the front laner. 2 men down from the side of 7 seconds, but is again shining with Tommy being secured with the turtle this time. And yeah, let's have a look at the instant replay. Look how they literally suppressed 7 seconds and really cleaned a clean path for Tommy to secure the turtle this point. So definitely it's gonna be a good scene for Badda. If you look at the optimization here, I can spot that Hanabi is ready with her Kuroshin side. On the other hand, if I look at the others from the side of 7 seconds esport, they're still building. That's gonna be a pain for 7 seconds since the goal difference is already across to 2000, and that's scary at this point. Since okay, another one for the links, like no spot for Carmilla to fall behind or get back to base with her body, like no chance.
Yeah.
But the esports is literally doing their best as well as being so aggressive. And I will say, Manisha, that in the late game, like if they can't do this early, then they might be trouble, because we have seen situations, and there it goes. Black Shoes,
Forced
Livia
Black Shoes.
finally managed to get back at this point. That was insane. At the same time, the turtle will be here soon. Let's see who gets it this time.
I think again it is going to be an easy turtle for our Badda Esports, because look at Tommy being, everywhere in the map because of our mobility is like obviously, and I think it is going to be very difficult for our 7 seconds to get a single kill if they don't time their position and their skills. Like look at Badda Sports, they're charging in with 4 man, and it is not really looking nice to our 7 seconds at this point. And lovely paddling, but here we have lovely kill from Mau Mau. The fight still going on. That was a very, 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 very wrong move from our 7 seconds, because they do not have that enough damage, and still our Badda Esports moving in, passing in to our 7 seconds and 3 man down. Okay, that was an unnecessary fight, I would say, because you know that you are farming delayed, you're not farmed enough, your damage is still not there. You should not go for the team fight. You should just take a time and wait for the right moment. And I think the timing is missing here in the 7 seconds.
I point out one more thing. At this point, Nuclear finally managed to take down Mama Luna because she was being alone. But on the other hand, Badda is ready to take down, and they did. The turtle is on their side already. Since Zandik is coming with Radiant Armor at this point, I can see there is Bunny, Olivia, and Bubbles. They are, even though Carmilla is a tank, but still they got a really good mages on the side. So Zandik with Radiant gonna do really great at this point, since there's gonna be so much magic damages coming out for you. And on the other hand, Mau Mau with Hanabi, like the way she's doing, the basic attacks and all the bounces, her passive is really doing great since she is also immune. So everything around Badda Esports is doing great. On the other hand, if we look at 7 second esports, if I look at the build again, then I see Ling is coming up with Berserker's Fury, as well as 2 Radiance from the side of Badda Esports. Like they are well prepared against all the magic damages coming out from 7 seconds Esports, and this time another tower is gone. Like all the first tier tower has been taken down by Badda Esports. So as I was saying, that even though Badda is doing, great, on the other hand, 7 second is trying for the right moment, but whenever there's Carmilla trying to, give visions and move around, she's being chased by minimum 3 of Badda Esports players. So that is being a nightmare scene for her. As a roamer, if you can't give visions for your team, then you can't just move around the area of your side, as well as the towers being down, and it's really hard. Like I can feel their pain at this point, and even though they are trying hard, but still Badda thinks that they need to end it, and yes, exactly, they are doing what they had to do at this point. So there is no chance left for 7, and all they need to do at this point is farm more, avoid unnecessary fights, and go on.
Exactly, and I think this lord, the very first lord of the match, is going to be in the hands of our Badda Esports, because we already have a lovely damage dealer, our Hanabi, and for the vision we already have our lovely Zetian, and I think it is going to be very difficult for our 7 seconds to grasp the situation. And with this lord, I think Badda Esports has that capability to just end the game, but I think it is still going to be a little bit difficult, because the lord's marching from the bottom lane. I was expecting from the mid lane, but oh yes, because the turret is very less SPD, but yes. Yes, looking at the team fight, again, 7 seconds. Why are you trying to take unnecessary fights? Again, like in the team fight, it's very difficult because
that
we
hurt.
have lovely kill from our Mama again, but Mama gets shot down from our Zyla. Zyla double kill to Mama Luna. Triple kill to Zanti. It was a lovely comeback. I was just saying about the team fight and the right timing. I think
that's a moment, Manisha. That's the moment you wait for your entire life. Look at the curse of blood coming out from Carmilla, and the Bubbles. She did really amazing this time, combined with Zyla coming up with a triple kill. That's amazing. 3 men down from the side of Badda Esports, and this time they literally managed to did really well and give Badda Esports a hard time at this point. And again, the Hanabi is coming in the end. Trinity is coming out of her, and she's about to end, as well as if I look at on the Tato with Antique as well as Radiant, she is still, doing a lot of damage, dealing a lot of damage at this point. But again, if I talk about the timing of Bubbles as well as Zyla and Olivia, that was a good one. And at this point, they lost their towers. Still, the mid one, is still here, the 2 of the towers. So at this point, if Bubble wait for another grab like this, comebacks happens when you wait for the right moment and can do a lot of damages, since there is Zandik, and her ultimate, Sora's ultimate, has been copied by Valentina Bunny here. So with Sora, Carmilla, as well as Zyla or Olivia can be another bomb coming out from 7 seconds, just like they did last time. So yeah, definitely they should wait. I think that they should wait.
Yeah, and I think our 7 seconds, they have understood how the Badda Esports are playing, and I think it is very important for Badda Esports to not get too close to each other, because Valentina has Sora's ultimate. So anytime they can jump out and attack with that ultimate, and boom, that is game comeback for 7 seconds. And also for the Lord fight, for our second Lord, they can really contest our 7 seconds, but it is also very risky. But anyways, it goes to our Badda Esports. Lovely disengage from our Ondatato. He is really playing really good, She has that vision. She waits there, and she just does what a good roamer should do. And we can definitely see from the game itself, Ling doing her thing again, clearing the lanes as fast as possible, using that mobility. And here we have another. Oh, she was going to get
All
ambushed,
right, all
but
right.
we have. Oh,
That was a
oh,
first one, I guess, trying to,
yes.
get ambushed. And yeah, that's how the ultimate popped out. And this time, Tommy is saved, but I don't think that will be a problem for Badda Esports at this point, since the Lord is here as well as the team. Look at Mau Mau coming up with all the damage, and they are it goes on the Tato, diving in this time. 3 lanes has been chased by Badda Esports. That's insane. Already 2 towers are gone. All right. This time, but 7 seconds saves the day from bottom lane, and yeah, that was a good one. But still, I think on the Tato might, not go so desperate on 7 seconds this time, because we know that when it's all about the late game, then you need to be patient and wait for the right team fight and the right moment. The timing is the key at this point. So definitely, if they were diving in with all the ultimates and others, still there's a chance that 7 seconds might be hard on Badda Esports. So let's see. Once again, Zyla is trying to do damages, but that is still not enough. She's aware that she can't do anything at this point, since the tank and the EXP, they are literally chunky, as well as all the towers. There are no tower support, like only the base that standing there in front of you. I think I will say, Manisha, that they need to wait for Bubbles to give the right curse of blood at the moment, and then they might do something.
Yeah. That could again change the whole scenario of the game, but I also feel that our 7 seconds, it is going to be very difficult for them to defend the base turret if they are not going to contest for the lot. But on the other hand, it is again very much risky for them to just fight for the lot, because one mistake in that lot dance can completely result in a wiped out, and definitely they don't want it to happen, so they have to play it very cautiously. But again, it is going to be very much difficult for our 7 seconds to even go near the lord, because look at how our tank, our Mama Luna, and our Atlas is guarding the whole lord area, and with that it was another easy lord for our Badda Esports. And here we have, I think there's going to be another kill from our Badda Esports. The damage is insane. Mama Luna gets that kill from her very first um, skill, I would say. The long range, it does a lot
Well,
of damage. It gives a lot
yeah,
of damage. We have
definitely,
to be
definitely.
very like, far. But yes, I think with this Lord, the 15 minutes Lord, I think they can end this game right here and here, right, like
Let's
right
see
now.
all the bombs coming out from
Uh,
Lily at this point. Olivia finally trying to do something, since Bubbles has missed here. I think the base won't survive at the last dance coming out. Mama finally secured another one. Zandik, and this round is all about Badda Esports. An amazing victory came out from the team fight, and there it is. That was insane.
Yeah, that was actually insane match in between the team Badai Sports versus 7 Second in Sports. By the way, 7 Second in Sports, they also held really well. In fact, they had really bad draft, by the way. I would like to say that they could have done even better on that drafting, by the way. But, well, even though they had a bit of a weak draft, they still held onto this game against Badai Sports. And I guess they can even improve in the next round. They can still compete from the lower bracket. Uh, and yeah, we've already talked about the draft. They had that Badang on their goal lane. And one thing I want to mention about the Team 7 Second Sports is that they have to utilize, I mean, whatever they picked, that Okay, that was already picked, but whatever they have picked, they have to utilize it properly. They should be
Yeah.
utilizing those high mobility heroes for the lane management, not
Hmm.
something like Carmilla or Badang. I could see sometimes that Carmilla and Badang, they were going for the split push and they were getting caught up. So that's the thing that they should be improvising in their later games.
Well,
Exactly.
I
And
would say that being Badang and Carmilla in your team was too bad, but the way they were missing out from the team fights was the thing that made Seven Esports lose this time. Because Carmilla was ganked several times, so she was alone as well as Badda Esports was taking the opportunities to take her down. Since I mentioned that Carmilla can be the key to come up with a really good damage from the side of 7 second in sports, since she was all alone, so she couldn't do anything. Same goes for Badang as well.
And exactly, yes, we saw during this one team fight where our Zyla was able to get a triple kill, and during that particular moment, the timing was so perfect from our what do you say, Carmilla. She played so well, and that was what was missing from our 7 seconds. That was what we were wanting to see from a very long time, which later on we could not find anywhere. They were just not in the synchronization, and also the draft. Yes, let's not talk about it again and again, but yeah, you could definitely look into it. And the way they could have played with that match would have been better. But yeah, here we have our first match between Badai Sports versus 7 seconds being taken by our Badai Sports. And let's see if our second match, which is going to be between Wonder Girls versus Vanquish Vincere, can get into that best of three with Badai Sports.
Yeah, those whoever will be winning will be, competing against the Badai Sports. Once again, the statement from Zande, confidence is cute. Let's see how long it survives on the battlefield. By the way,
Exactly.
according to the stats of their team, I think they are the team who are on the highest confidence level right now. What do you say, Tanzim?
Definitely, I spotted Zandy being so aggressive as well as getting, the perfect timing. So I think the confidence is literally going so well with Zandik as well as the team. And if I talk about their opponent, then yeah, she was, the statement was like how long it survives, and that's what actually happened. That it wasn't enough from the side of 7 second esports. So definitely, I think she knew the moment and she was ready for it, and that's how she came up with the statement that yes, she is gonna make it to the end.
Exactly. And yeah, we saw that in both of the matches actually.
Yeah, that was the match number one in between the top four teams. Will be back again with two another in between the team Wonder Girls versus Vanquish Vincere, which is going to be Nepal versus Bangladesh for the playoffs. Match number two of the female category.
Ye-
We'll be back after a really short break. Till then, keep on liking the stream. Keep on, spamming your in-game ID. Don't spam. Just send it once in a while. You can win the giveaway. So we'll be right back after a very short break.
divine judgment! Witness the power of pure lightning! All that lies below is under my vigil!
Still trying to reach your allies on foot? Still stuck navigating terrain when the fight's already over? From flightless bird to ruling the skies, the revamped Kaja can be summed up in 2 words: soar and lasso. Soar anywhere, lasso anyone. First up, Kaja's passive skill. We kept its paralysis effect and upgraded it. Hitting with Kaja's skills will slow enemies and reduce their damage, making it easier to pressure enemy carries. Moving on to his first skill, Kaja releases a ring of primal lightning, damaging enemies and healing himself. Scout pushes, recover HP, interrupt recalls. Kaja can now fly into the enemy jungle like a true fearless roamer. From a short dash to full flight, Kaja's second skill is a highlight of this revamp. Kaja dashes to the target area before entering the soaring state. While soaring, Kaja can fly over terrain and his basic attacks become AoE. In this state, his second skill's cooldown is shortened, and hitting an enemy hero with it reactivates his soaring state. So don't panic when a melee enemy is on you. Use the terrain to your advantage to block off pursuers. Kaja's ultimate received the biggest change, from solo gank to a setter's dream. Kaja's whip now lassos an entire area, trapping enemies inside. He can then drag them along while the lasso tightens. Since the ultimate has a cast delay, timing is key. Aim for the enemy carry in the backline. For Kaja's skill priority, if the team needs fast wave clear, pick up his first skill first. To invade the enemy jungle and apply early pressure, go with the second skill first. Prioritize upgrading the first skill afterward in either case. For combos, try out these 2. In the laning phase, use Kaja's first skill to poke and recover HP. If the enemy engages, use his second skill to take off. Then kite with his aerial basic attacks. Kite when attacked. Attack when they're out of steam. For initiating teamfights, use Kaja's second skill to soar. Use the terrain to reposition. Follow up with his first skill to slow and reduce their damage. Then immediately cast his ultimate and let the team clean up. Now, let's talk matchups. Kaja does well against carries with no mobility skills, such as Layla, Ixia, and Vexana. Once he flies in and lassos them, there's no hope of escape. He also pairs well with allies with AoE, like Odette, Farza, and Ixia. Kaja can hold enemies in place while they pile on the damage. The perfect set! Now, if you're up against Kaja, remember that while his ultimate can't be purified, heroes with mobility like Kagura, Yi Shin, and Suyo can still dodge it with a dash. To play Kaja at his best, go for a sustain and poke playstyle. For Kaja's build, Rapid Boots helps him get around the map faster. And Thunderbelt is great because he can quickly get stacks from his AoE basic attacks while soaring, making him more tanky while boosting his damage. Oracle boosts the healing from his first skill, improving his sustain so he can stay in the fight. We recommend the support emblem for Kaja for more survivability and movement speed. Choose Flicker as his battle spell and combo it with his second skill to drag enemy carries from further away for allies to blow up. For players who enjoy fast, aggressive roamers like Khalid, Hilda, or Marcel, Kaja offers that same fast roaming and in and out teamfight playstyle. Give Kaja a try and rule the sky. Soar anywhere, lasso anyone. The revamped Kaja arrives on August 5th. Get his commandment skin for only 51 diamonds. And get Kaja at 30% off during launch week.
Welcome back to the Monsoon Siege. We are back again with a very short break after the match in between the 7 Second Esports versus Badda Esports, where Badda Esports they have already managed to take the slot onto the upper bracket finals. Let's see who will be going against them in this match between Wonder Girls versus the team Vanquish Vincere. So here is the statement. Tanzim, you may take over the.
Well, thank you. So, from It's Our Jungler Cupcake, that's from Vanquish Vincere. She says the Vincere or be Vanquish. Since we know that Vintage Vanquish was the name, like we used to know them like that, but later on, we found that Vanquish Vincere was here, and with their people playing together, the synergy, the team fight. As I already said, that yes, there are teams that don't just play with the team fights and others, the synergy between the teams, blah blah blah. They don't just go with that, but they are someone like friends. So with being friends with your teammates, that's the key of Vanquish be this Vincere, and that's what it popped out. As well as I can see the statement from us from Wonder Girls, an apple a day keeps everyone away if you throw it hard enough. So definitely that's the confidence, the winning spirit that's coming out from us is the same as our Bangladeshi team as well. So Wonder Girls and Vanquish Vincier, both teams fought really well last time. So I think being the top teams from Nepal as well as Bangladesh, this time this battle is going to be another deadliest one that we expect as usual. So let's hope for the best.
Yeah, as expected from an experienced leader, the statement being very harsh, the throwing apple
Yeah.
onto someone to keep them away. Okay, as expected. Here you can again see the bracket here, the updated bracket after the match number one. 7 Second Sports, they still have a chance, last chance to compete for the championship of this tournament, Monsoon Seas. And yeah, but I suppose they have already made it to the finals of the upper bracket. Let's see. Wonder Girls versus Vanquish Vincere. One of them will be competing against Badda Sports, where one of the team who will be losing, they'll be facing the team 7 Second Sports in the lower bracket round one, and the draft have officially begun for the match of Wonder Girls versus Vanquish Vincere. Manisha, you can start with the draft.
Yes. I am actually very much excited for this match because it is Nepal versus Bangladesh. You know, not just Wonder Girl versus Vanquish, but it's Nepal and Bangladeshi teams being here right now. And I think this match is definitely going to be very much interesting. It is going to be head on head match because Wonder Girls being one of the top teams of Nepal, and on the other hand, I think our Vanquish is the same for our Bangladesh because we could
Yes.
actually see that in yesterday's match itself. And something that I would request Wonder Girls, if they could hear me, be aware of Cupcake. You know, you have to look out for her and, just go on for the damage dealer as early as possible. That is how you're going to win this match against our Vanquish.
All right, so first phase of the banning is already over. We can see Zayton, which could be the restrict ban. Is it restrict ban, Tanja? Because we doesn't see the Zayton ban usually in this meta.
Well, definitely Zetian is an well-picked hero from the side of Vanquish Vincere. So with Zetian on your team, the vision she provides when playing her is definitely a pain you don't want to feel in the land of dawn. So definitely that is safe there. Like Zetian is safe there on the ban section. And if we talk about the draft, the peaks here coming out from Vanquish is Novaria and Paquito. So Paquito is another hero that performs really well from the side of Vanquish, and definitely this time they are gonna do the same against the Wonder Girls, and being having Belleric as well as Queen and Hanabi. I think Wonder Girls is ready to give them the answer they need this time.
All
Hmm.
right. Yeah, we can see the Novaria, which is recently buffed, is being picked up by Vanquish Vincere, which is quite interesting. Well, that might work because they have really vast, split kind of picks already coming up from their side. Moscow, he can be on the split push, he can join the fight anytime he wants with the help of Spirit of Destruction. The Paquito, he can simply go and execute the player who is torn down with the help of Novaria. Right, with that, Hanavi, Guinevere, and Belleric coming up from the Wonder Girls, they need a XP lane, or they can even flex that Belleric onto the XP lane if they goes for something like support on their mid lane, which is yet to be picked. And we have even seen that multiple times coming up from Wonder Girls. They can pick the
Yeah.
Matilda. They can even
uh,
pick the Rafaela on the mid lane, which will boost the movement from the XP lane. So, do you expect it, Manisha?
I am kind of expecting it, because looking at the draft for now, I think Guinevere is going to be our jungler, might be, and our EXP would be possibly sorry, our EXP would be Belleric, and I think we still have a lot of things to juggle up, and something out of the box might be seen in the draft of Wonder Girls. But I cannot say the same for the Vanquish, but as far as I have seen Wonder Girls, they will do wonders in the game, I'm telling you. So yes, I'm really hoping, there's going to be something out of the box, but Matilda is being picked from our Vanquish. We cannot see that in the, mid lane or the roamer from our Wonder Girl. So I think they are going to go for something like, um, I don't know, something for maybe Lilia in the mid lane. They might
Rafala,
go,
maybe.
but
Rafala could
yeah.
work as well.
But then we have Novaria in the mid from Vanquish. So it's kind of tricky. Oh, Arlot and
Oh,
Guard. Okay.
All
It
right.
it can also work a lot. It will work, I think. But again, Gord, I am not very confident, but I think it can still work with our Belleric and our Guinevere. I think our Arlot Ask, she plays really well, and we are going to witness some of the lovely final slashes from her. We really hope that.
all right. That's the pick from the both of the teams. So with that, I'd like to keep this match for the Cashers. I'll be taking the lead. Cashers, Tanzim, you may take over.
Well, let's enter the storm this time. I think with Ask playing a lot, she's gonna have a really good time because we know that when there's too much crowd control coming out of your team, her passive's gonna, his passive's gonna pop out every time. And with the slashes, there's gonna be so much damage since there is Moscow as well as Matilda. These heroes are squishy, and if Arlott can do her best, then Ask gonna be, the troublesome. As well as there is, I can spot Novaria giving, she's gonna give a whole lot of visions this time. But since it's not something like, Zetian or Isunshin, so she has to be on the right spot to use her ultimate and, be handful for the team. And let's see what happens. Already I can see Aspen is trying to, roam around, as well as our Hahahari. So these guys are chilling, like nothing to do at the point, but let's do our best and our job, obviously. So yeah.
Yes, and in the bottom lane, we can see Arlott and Uranus. They were having a very intense one-on-one, but for now, they're going to, keep it safe. And Novaria was there, but I think she needs to get in the mid lane. As it's better to keep your mid safe as much as possible. But yes, looking at the scenario, nothing much going on overall. But that could mean that something is going to come up very soon, And right now the goal difference is not as much as expected. It's just like a normal, but very lovely damage from our Owen. That was a good hit, The long range that she has can hurt you a lot, and we're looking at it right now.
Yeah, definitely Owen's gonna deal a whole lot of bombs that's coming out of her, meteor. So if we were so low, then that's her chance. And that another shot on us literally made her feel, I think, scared at this point. And let's see. There was, a ganking situation might happen, but this time not yet. Uranus might be in trouble. And if we look at the mid lane, there's all about Vanquish at this point. And, well, Ask is being, the main thing, like the main spotlight from the side of Owen. And there is Violet finally managed to take down one. And that's Cupcake. Oh my goodness, missing the, the Paquito at this point, the Hyper, that's gonna be a pain. And there it goes, the Turtles is there. And their distraction coming in. No, not this time. And let's see, one man fell behind, and if he's in the base this time, another one might be there. Us finally managed to take down Nancia, and another head-to-head fight, and eye for an eye. There it goes. He might be in trouble. Amazing flicker popped out this time and saved the day for us at this point.
Yes, it was a lovely, fight right now that we witnessed in the bottom lane. The way both of them taking damage to get one kill against Vanquish, it was a lovely eye-pleasing moment for me. And yes, I think our Vanquish is morely focusing on our EXP rather than the goals. Goal laner, I think they should focus on that as well, because Hanabi, if left as it is, she can hurt you a lot. If it goes very late. So I think they have to look after it as well. But right now we are only seeing, they're getting targeted, like they're targeting ours. But here we have in the top lane, maybe something's going to happen. Not yet. But 4 men for Vanquish is there, and there is damage, but not enough to, get someone killed. But I think they're still trying to get onto the gap, but we don't see anything in the bottom. But in the bottom we have Violet. But us takes the kill. I was talking about the top one, but here we have lovely Wrath of Dryad. Here we go. But survive our Belleric. And also from our Wonder Girls, no one has died. I really thought that our Vanquish was going to get one kill during that time, but nothing happened. What a save! It was a save,
Yeah, definitely that was a save, and the score is 5-1. That's Manisha, I must admit that Wonder is doing wonders at this point, and I will ask everyone that please pray for Vanquish, because this is our only chance to be on this bracket for Vanquish. Even though if they will be able to go far, I hope. But at this point, it is our only hope from Monsoon Siege. So if I look at the damages coming out from Wonder at this point, then it's literally insane. And the top lane tower has been taken down by Wonder Girls. And yeah, I think having Moscow is giving Vanquish a confidence, but that's not gonna be enough, as in Hanabi will come out with a whole lot of damage for your team, since Vanquish will try to end it early. I hope so, but Moscow being a late game, it's gonna be a hard scene against Hanabi. The way they were ganking us was good, but obviously they have to look for Hanabi as well.
Exactly, and also I understand now that why they were really targeting Arlott, because damn, she was giving a lot of damage. The final slashes that we saw in the last few seconds, a few minutes, it was amazing. And in the bottom lane, 3 men, 4 men there to gank our lovely Moskov, and I think she is going to die from our. Okay, my bad. Nothing happened. But yes, SOD, why would you throw that SOD right there? There were no one to support, but here we have Matilda getting down from our, at least we met our Guinevere. I thought our Moscow was going to, get down from our Wonder Girls, but unfortunately our Matilda gets that scapegoat for our Wonder Girls. I don't know why she, our Moscow, why she threw that, but here we have in the top lane again, lovely Violet victim, and our Sonder gets a kill. The way our Wonder Girls are moving forward, I think it is going to be very difficult for our Vanquish to, come back at this moment. And look at our final slash, but it was missed. Damn.
Well, that's not gonna give us kind of hard time at this point. At last, we met, finally secured the turtle. And if I look at the lanes, they are, having really good time. Wonder Girls are having, and so on. They are focusing on the mid at this point, and it won't survive. So I think the Vanquish was missing in this fight. Before that, the Mystic Gust comes in. And there it goes. Matilda saves the day. For now, Ask finally took down Naira. Double kill goes to here. And look at the damage. Look at Ask. So, yes, obviously, that was a hero that you should fear. So, the thing I was saying, Manisha, was that is Vanquish having heroes that will perform well in the late game is the threat, I think, at this point. Because, yes, if we look at the fight here, Hanabi doing really well with her bounces on this team fight. Sonder with God giving a lot of damage, true damages, crowd control, as well as Hahari. And on the other hand, if I talk about Vanquish and having Novaria or Narencia with Uranus, that's hard. If I look at the build at this point, then Hanabi is done with her Trinity, but look at Moscow falling behind with 2 items of her Trinity. And Novaria, if I talk about her, only talisman's not gonna help at this point. So definitely, Vanquish is falling behind just because they were trying to play, hyper offensive, try to end as fast as possible. But they got heroes that will perform well, like Novaria will be able to do a whole lot of damage on the late game. And against Arlott, Uranus is weak, since Arlott can do a lot of damage from the early, and the way Ask is farming with 502 KDA, that's gonna give her a really nice time enjoying giving damages to Vanquish. So that's the thing happening to Vanquish, and I think there's gonna be a really hard time having a comeback from the side of Vanquish.
At the top lane, Arlott being ganked alone while our Wonder Girls take the Lord. They were trying, 5 men were there to, just get a kill secured from our Arlott, but they were unable to do that. Even Moscow went there with her SOD, which was again useless. Why would you go that in a very crucial moment of Lord? And that was a very bad trade, to be honest, because that gave you nothing, And since our Wonder Girls, they have already uh, taken the Lord of this first Lord, it is going to be a very easy move for our Wonders to probably end this match right here. Look at the final slash coming from Arlott. Mystic Gush follow up is lovely. And the damage from Hanabi is as amazing as ever. Like, damn, she's just using her, like, she's not even using her first or second skills, she's just spamming, and it is already giving her the damage.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think with this rate, our Wonder Girls, they're going to end this game. The minion pressure is there from all three lanes. Only one turret remains in the top for our Vanquish. But again, let's see how they're going to defend it. I think it
I
is going to
don't
be very
think that's gonna be
yeah.
so difficult at this point. The minions are coming in. One last hit to the base. Biological comes in. And there it goes. I was hoping to have double kill, but this time Wonder Girls literally secured the round. That was
Exactly,
great.
Yeah,
exactly.
well, Wonder Girls securing the round number one. But yeah, Team Vanquish Vincere, they also seemed really strong. By the way, what do you think, Manisa, was the main reason of the defeat of the Team Vanquish Vincere?
The frontliner not being as strong as expected. You have Uranus in your team, you have Paquito in your team, you have really good damages as well as a sustain that you cannot utilize. It is going to be very bad for you eventually, and that what happened with 14-1. This game, Wonder was able to take it, and the damages that we were seeing from our Wonder Girl, especially Arlott, it was lovely. Even though our Vanquish, they were ganking on her, she was able to come out of it and even gave them the damages instead. And also, again, why are you not focusing on the goal lanes as well? I think more than the EXP in the early, you have to focus on the goal lanes as well, because that will again, like, in the early, your goal is very weak, right? So why not just gang up on her instead of Arlott? So
Yeah.
I think that was happened that what happened in our Vanquish. I don't know what their strategy was, but it did not really work out here.
Mhm. So, Tanzim, what could have been done for, Vanquish Vincere to win this game? What are your takes on it?
Well, that's kind of difficult against fight against a lot having on your opponent. But if I look at a lot as Manisha, you said that EXP was being ganked back to back was the main reason. That is, Uranus will be that chunky. You won't be able to take down in the mid to late game, and having so
Mhm.
much mid heroes, you need to fall back for now. And just if we look at the match highlights, then Wonder Girls was really diving in with so much farm on their side. So Vanquish, I think they needed to hold back. Like, they wanted, if they wanted to end it early, even they wanted,
Mhm.
still they won't be able to, since having less crowd control as well as the Roma being a support, yeah, as in Matilda. So they needed to wait for the proper farms. And we know
Yeah,
that Uranus is a Uranus will be weak against Arlott. So if you give her some time, Narancia, then she can deal all the damages for your team. And they didn't have the time. Wonder Girl didn't give them the time to
yeah,
sustain and get ready to be there in front of them. That was the reason they couldn't do it their best at this point.
yeah. And also, I think the way our Novaya could have been used was not used at all. The way our guard was there to, just stun the teams, like the Vanquish Vincere during crucial team fights, it also, I think, gave our Wonder Girls an upper hand, because what do we expect from our Novaria? Just the meteor shots, right? And I think it did not really work out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
good point, Manisa. By the way, in fact, they could have used that draft even more in a better way, I guess.
Mhm.
Novares, he could have provided the vision. They had Matilda, they
Yeah,
had that mobility, and all I could see was only Cupcake, who was trying to, keep up the lane pressure, the minion pressure on the, side lanes. But they could
yeah,
have, they could have used that Matilda with even more players who could even do the
true.
more map pressure on the lanes. That way they could have maybe equalized the gold gap against the Team Wonder
Hmm.
Girls. Maybe they could have won some fights and maybe. At the end of the day, maybe win the game number one. Who knows? But yeah, Novare pick that was a bit off. I would also say. So,
Mm.
Tanzim, what do you expect? I mean, we saw that Zayden was banned, and the second priority pick for the team, Vanquish Vincere, happens to be the Novaria. What else could be their, pocket pick in the mid lane for the game number two?
Well, Novaria being the utility mage isn't so good when you go for team fights. So there are so many options like, Eudora, there is Zushin as well, and Kadita if you want to just go and petrify your enemy and one shot them. So they could go with so many options at that point. But I don't know, Novaria could go with, the assisted type mages instead of giving so much damage. I think this time Vanquish want to do the same. And if I look at their bands as well, I can see that Wonder Girls already focusing on the Zetian and Atlas once again. And this time it's Belleric and Hirara from the side of Vanquish. So let's see what happens next.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think our Wonder Girls, they're not going to give that Zatian to our Vanquish at all, because again we have it banned. I was actually, when Sudan asked regarding the Novari, I think instead of her, Zatian would have been an amazing pick, but again it's being banned. And we won't be seeing Guinevere as well. I think it's a respect ban coming from Vanquish, because Guinevere, the jumps, the requiem that she was giving, it was top notch. It was really giving the true damage that was required during the team fights, and it was very lovely actually. And I think that is why she is banned right now. So the possible bans from our Wonder Girls could be another tank, maybe, or an enemy.
Or considering the first pick of the team, Vanquish Finzer, maybe
Mm.
Melissa. Oh, they're banning out.
Right.
Okay, Esmeralda, when the Paquito, Vanquish Finzer is really comfort with Paquito, but they aren't picking Paquito here. They're picking up the, okay, the
Not
Marshall, which
really.
isn't that common in the in this tournament. I would say in whole, even in the open category, we haven't been, you know
Yeah.
seen we haven't seen that lot of martial picks in the roaming position in this tournament. All right, so for now the Pakito seems to be open right now. Militia is open. The Wonder Girls, I think they can go for those two picks because they really are really good.
Mm. Maybe they will pick, yeah, and they picked Melissa, and we have Idora, one shot queen. Okay, as Tanzim was expecting, we have Idora, but we have it from our Wonder Girl side, and I think it is focused on our Marshall alone. Since Marshall is really squishy, so I think one shot Idora can, just wipe him off right in the
Mhm.
land of dawn. So I think that could happen. But we also have Bharat. Okay.
So
Why Bharat?
Well, just,
What?
she can
Well,
sustain, she can compensate the, tankiness. So
Do
Tanzim, once again, I was expecting
oh
something
my
like Kimi,
God.
I was trying to ask Tanzim that how,
Marshall could be
is
used?
the, because there's Marshall, so
Yeah.
is the Kimi the comfort pick from the Vanquish Fincher? I was trying to ask you that.
Well, Kimi is a comfort pick, but I don't know why she's not here as well as I was actually expecting. It might be Beatrix as well, but
Mm.
Marshall is a really tricky hero. She can even freeze you and take pictures of your team as well. So having Marshall on your team is kind of scary as well as beneficial. If you can co-op with Marshall and be on the right spot, that can be a nightmare for your opponent. But on the other hand, having the perfect combined heroes gonna give you that upper hand. And with Novaria, I don't think that will be possible if there's not any more heroes like Kimi as well as Beatrix. So yeah, definitely they will go for something next. Might be Kimi might be in the mid lane since oh, all right, it's a Novaria. So yeah, they might pick it. So in the gold lane next time,
Yeah.
but let's see. And if I talk about Wonder Girls at this point, then they got Eudora. Definitely, she's gonna chase the hell out of Marcel as well as Melissa will come up with a whole lot of damage. So I'll expect Vanquish to have some ganks on the gold lane and not only focus on the exp just like the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But yes, talking about the draft again, our Vanquish, they could still pick Kimi. I really hope that do, because it will go great along with Marshall, and Kimi is going to give a lot of damage even if you don't accept it. But Kimi is, she
Yeah,
has
yeah,
that damage.
she
So
actually does that.
yeah, she actually has that damage. So I think it will be a very good pick against our Wonder Girls, but let's hope. And even I don't understand why they took Novaria again. They could have gone with Chang'e, to combine again with Marshall, and Chang'e has more burst damage, and she can really do good, I think, rather than Novaria.
Mm-hmm.
So I
But
don't know.
okay, they might have a different idea here. Yeah, Novaria,
Hmm.
she can be really good when it comes to the poking. But well, there's Uranus coming up from the Wonder Girls who can soak up the damage, and there's even the Matilda who can give some seals, who can fight against those cheap damage coming up from the Novaria. So in the late game, obviously it's gonna hurt a lot, but during the early phase, I guess Team Wonder Girls, they have the upper hand and they might be able to, snowball if possible. But well, there we can see the combination Tanzim was hoping for. Beatrix is pick from Banquist, while the roamer for while the jungler for their team is gonna be Akai. We haven't seen Akai that much, so how do you rate the Akai jungle for the team Vanquish Vincere, Tanzim?
Well, if we talk about the pin down situation, then Akai might be the good we don't expect from her right now. And, if we just talk about being the roamer, roaming around, or that kind of gameplay, even though Akai is not the roamer, but yeah, if it's the regular one, then I don't think there's that kind of setup like we see when there's, Tigreal or Atlas in your team. So, I think Aka is gonna focus on the heroes. So yeah, let's see what happens.
All right, we are entering the
Mm.
game number 2 in between the Team Wonder Girls versus Vanquish Vincere. Best of luck for both of the teams, and yeah, Cassius, you may take over.
Yes, I think Tanzim, you were saying something regarding our Akai. How confident are you in this match? How Akai is going to perform as a jungler?
Well, as a jungler, we know that Akai is good, and of course, in this season, we have a really good buff around the chunky heroes, the tanks. So, definitely, that can be a good pick from the side of Vanquish. But on the other hand, if I talk about Wonder Girls, then there is Ling as well as there is Melissa. So, having
Mm-hmm.
Ling and high mobility hero like Ling is gonna be a pain, I think, because she can, just be there right in front of you, and still everything you are expecting that belongs to you. So that can be a
Exactly.
pain, as well as having Melissa that will come up with a lot of damages. That will easily melt, the front, as in Cupcake, having Akai as well as Narancia with Barats. So the time will tell us what happens with Vanquish Vincere and between Wonder Girls this round.
Yes, in the mid lane, as we can see right now, I think Nova is getting hang of her, the skills that she's using, the target she's doing right now was pretty good in the two shots. Last two shots, they were amazing. But here we have a Marshall going in, poking our members of our Wonder Girls. I think it is going to be very difficult because very low HP and she is forced to fall back. Meanwhile, we can see a lovely damage coming from both our instead our
Hey.
own that's lovely kill over our Matilda, and we also have another kill going on to Cupcake, and that is going to be us. As she was really, really deep inside the Vanquish territory, while she should not have been there, but I think the way the situation that gotten, it was really, really hard for her to, just go to her lane. So I think she was killed. She was punished actually. Yeah. And talking about the top lane right now, the Totter has spawned and Aspen gets a kill over Hahahari. Matilda, she's already, like, she died 2 times, and it is going to be a very difficult situation for our Wonder Girls to take the turtle for now, but let's hope that they are going to come back. And looking at the scenario right now, our Vanquish, they are getting very aggressive. They are, they're like clearing every lanes. They're trying to take every creep, every buff. And look at them, in the bottom lane, trying to squeeze in our Melissa. But I think they're going to fall back for now because Ling is there taking our Vanquish's blue buff. And I think our Akai, I think she took our blue buff from our Wonder Girl, so that is why. But anyways, talking about how the situation is looking, well, looking at the top lane, we have Ling, Uranus. Why did you go? I think Ling would get that kill over our Barat. But since it's very early, the turret damage is going to give you a lot of damage. So, and also, like, Uranus was really low on HP. She should not have gone there. She got greedy, to be honest.
Yeah, in fact, because they lost the audit trace, they are looking very desperate to bring it back, and they are losing even more trace. So once again, there's a invasion going on, while the top lane there's a fight in between Narancia versus AZQ. We can see Narancia once again is looking low on HP, and AZQ is trying hard. There's the invasion being successful, and once again at this mate will be a little bit useless in the despite of the when she doesn't have her the portal buff. Dubs is getting ganked over there. Naira will be securing the kill, and once again with that gank we can see a bit of a difference, maybe 2000 worth of gold difference in between these two teams, while Vanquish is taking the lead.
I think Barrett is going to get killed right now because we have all the members in the top lane from both of the teams, but I think it is also going to be. And okay, no, never mind. I was going to say it was going to be difficult for our, Ling, since Novaria was there trying to target Ling, but she could not really get her targets right. Or let's say like Ling was, already gone from there. So yes. Anyways, the turtle, I think it was secured already. Yeah, it was secured from our Vanquish. And yes, looking at the turret situation, it is also not looking really good for our Wonder Girls. Because one turret down from our bottom lane and our Melissa, she is forced to fall back, fight a little safely. I'm not sure. So then, how do you feel about the situation?
By the way, I guess it's gonna be traded back on the top end by AZQ, while once again Vanquish is looking very aggressive on that invasion. They are about to secure it once again, leaving at least teammate, use this once more. Without their purple buffs, he will be less effective in this game. So that's where the team Vanquish Vincere is, being very successful at it, and they are taking the lead right now with still 2,000 worth of gold difference or lead on their hand. But let's see how the game goes on by, and know the turtle is about to spawn in the land of dawn.
Also, look at the goal gap between Beatrix and our groups. Melissa, that is quite a lot, to be honest, and I think that is also giving a very hard time to our Wonder Girls to really grasp this game for themselves. And yes, in the bottom lane, I think there's going to be a lovely engagement. Here goes Golden Hour, our Golden Boy was there, and Naira was able to get that kill. Cupcake, another kill to Sonder. 2-man down from our Wonder Girls. Going for another one. Is it going to be a third kill? Not yet, but I think it was going to be. Yes, it goes to our Novaria. That was a lovely set. Okay, there they are with our Vanquish. They are just charging in. Oh, lovely. That was lovely.
Well, we can see Ling being Ling. He is with the slip push on the top lane, while they lost 4 of the players, or 3 of the players in that battle over there. And we could even see that beautiful combination of the golden hour with the nobody's passion coming off from Naira. The third turtle of the game is here in the land of dawn, but I don't think Wonder Girls are in the position to contest it anymore. Once again, Vanquish Vincere, they are more interested into the invasion rather than taking down the turtle. Maybe they will be going for the Lord while it converts into the Lord after the 8th minute of the game. At least we made it there to contest the purple buff and still be able to secure. By the way, Cupcake isn't with the retribution, so this time but it's still with that difference, 4,000 worth of difference, I don't think Wonder Girls will be able to go for the Lord dance. Rather they'll be once again keep that pressure on the sidelines.
Exactly. And yes, like looking at the position of our Vanquish, they are so ready to jump in. Like look at Marshall and Barrett, they are not letting our Wonder Girls to come near that Lord. Because I think they know that if this Lord goes to our Wonder Girls, they are going to get that snowball and they're going to jump back, so they don't want to risk it. But I think it is equally important to our Vanquish to secure this Lord as well, because that way they can also secure this game. Maybe they have the control, but they'll have that fixed, that this game is going to be theirs. But yes, as you said, our Ling is just clearing the lanes. She is not going to compete against that Lord, and with that ease, Vanquish takes the Lord #1 of this game.
Oh, Harry is already poked really hard. Bottom lane tier 2 is gonna be targeted over there. Espen looking low on SP. There's a circling eagle from Harry, but it won't be any follow-up coming up. So there once again will be facing that sphere from Owen, and we can see okay, Baras is getting melted down. Nobody's passion comes in. Harvey with 1 HP, but will be surviving, and the Lord is marching from the mid lane. Naran Sia is still sustaining over there and still zoning out the players, but bottom lane tier 2 will be pushed down. There comes the heavy spin. We can see at this we made it's getting low on HP. Owen is onto that Q, but she won't be able to connect that spear. But nice try, by the way. The Lord is still intact, he is still healthy, and he will be taking down that holy defense from the mid lane. Bottom lane is already taken down by the help of Naira, and they only need to take down the top one.
Exactly, and the way they're charging in, they are very aggressive, they're so ready for the second match to go into their hands. Like, look at Akai charging our Uranus, and we don't see, okay, Ling, the only thing that she could do is, just clear up the lanes, push the lanes. Meanwhile, there is a lot of pressure coming in from our Vanquish in the top lane, and only base tier turrets remain from our Wonder Girls. So what do you think how this match is looking for our Wonder Girls right now?
Yeah, it is looking really hard, and well, I think Ling, at least we made, he should be, or we can even say C, because all of the players are female here. She can even go for the mid lane turrets, right? Because they, I think C can do that, because right after they take down the mid lane once, they will be getting what's map access than the side lane one. But still, that pressure is really easy to make on the side lanes there.
True, and also the damage coming from Beatrix is really good, and also combined with Marshall, it was being lovely. I think if it is another that kind of combo that we are going to witness, then that is going to be for our Wonder Girls, But in the bottom lane, I think our Barrett is in a very difficult position right now, and here we have Barrett's getting killed from our Goops, our Melissa, but again, Golden Hour coming in. It is going to be another lovely kill from our Cupcake. Our Lisbeth, she just died, 1-for-1 for both of the teams. And I think it is again a very bad trade, to be honest, because Ling dying during our second Lord, while she could have been very she could have been very fast with her mobility and just clutch steal the Lord. That could have been a lovely moment. But yes, I think our second Lord is also going to be easily taken by our Vanquish. Yes, it goes to them.
Yeah, they will be taking it down. We can see the animation being about to be completed from the team Vanquish Vincere. Once again, another invasion is there. While looking at the Naira, she is already with 3 itemation, and she is looking for the Blade of Despair as her 4th itemation. There's the penetration, there's the life vein item, which is the sea halberd, and now she's going for that raw damage, which is gonna be really hurtful. Especially, I mean, it's hurtful for everyone, including Ezekiel. She won't be able to sustain those damage anymore.
Exactly, and also I checked our Cupcakes itemization. She had full defense build up, and I think that is for our Melissa. She was not going to get any, look at her, she was not getting any damage right now, and I think it is really looking good for our Vanquish to end this match right now, because look at the golden hour coming in, lovely follow up from our Naira, and I think they're locking in the base, but still not being able to, but they're backing down. Our Vanquish, they're not getting very much involved, but still our lovely heavy spin coming in, lovely shots from our Owen. There we have it, being base defended by our Wonder Girl.
Alright, mid lane was about to be pushed from at least we made, but the minions is no more there. All of the base turrets have been taken down. Once again, another beautiful sphere onto Saunders. He nearly lost more than 50% of HP with a single shot over there. And with the base being wide open, I think it's at least we met who can keep up the pressure, or else the next Lord can be the end of the Team Wonder Girls. I don't think they will be able to defend anymore if there isn't any. Oh, nice! The Thunder Wrath over there. The Venice Phase with the help of the golden hour. Harvey is getting chased down, and that's double for Naivas. Is looking for more. Ezekiel is next
Oh,
on the chopping board, but well, the minions is inside the base. Well, David, focusing onto the base is another wave of minion is coming into the base of Team Wonder Girls. Sonder looking low on HP, won't be able to defend this anymore. There's another heavy spin, but they are going to take down the base, and that's it. The Vanquish Vincere will be taking the game number 2, and this match will be turning into the best of 3 tie-breaking game.
I mean, it has to be, right? It has to be the best of three. If you have already made it this far in the tournament, it has to go for the best of three. I mean, I was really doubting our Novaria, but she turned out so well. You know, from the very beginning of this match, she was so much in form, and the way she was, targeting our Idora and even Ling, it was just amazing. This match, the way our Vanquish, they build the pressure to our Wonder Girls. I think that is how they just got this match in their hands.
Yeah, Wonder Girls. I don't know why. Maybe because they saw that nobody on the mid lane of Team Vanquish Fincher, they were
Mm-hmm.
very aggressive during the early phase of the game. Yeah, they tried to invade the jungle of the Vanquish Fincher. They felt sometimes, and they were, looking very desperate in taking back the trace, taking back the difference, that gold that they lost during that invasion. But that's when the Team Vanquish Fincher made the difference. Keep up the goal difference against the team Wonder Girls, and they went for the win. They couldn't focus much in the goal lane, and we could already see that Naira was already dealing lots of damage against all of the players of Team Wonder Girls.
Exactly. And also the support coming in from our Marshall, it also helped a lot. And the way they combined their ultimates at the right time, it was amazing. And like looking at the highlights right now, you could see how both the teams tried the best. And I think this was the moment, like right here, you know Uranus should not have been that deep in the territory during the first 2 minutes, and this one as well. I think that was a bad decision coming from our Wonder Girls. They were trying to take them Barretts, but they got killed instead. But there were a lot of moments from our Wonder Girls as well where they could have turned the fights for them and against our Vanquish, but instead they could not really do great. Like right in this moment, they were safe from the what do we say, the golden hour. Right before that, actually, not this one. Right before that, our Ling had killed. Yes. As I was saying, this match is going to very much interesting between our Wonder Girls and Vanquish. So let's see how this third match is going to be between them.
All right, we can see the draft is already started for the game number 2. We can see the Zatian and Melisha getting banned out from Wonder Girls, even though, well, in fact, in the game number 2, they were the one who took the Melisha, but against that Beatrix, they had really hard time against that Beatrix with Melisha. Once again, Vanquish Venture are banning out the Guinevere, which was used in the game number 1 from Wonder Girls. They banned it out in the game number 2, and once again in the game number 3, they are banning it out. This is the best of 3 tie-breaking game, and the Esmeralda once again is banned out from Vanquish Fincher. So, what else do you expect, Tanzim?
Since I said the very first time when they started fighting together as in Vanquish Vincers and Wonder Girls, then it's definitely gonna be a best of three match. And Here it is, having their bands, as you know, Esma and Gwen. These are kind of heroes you don't want to face. And with Guinevere on the side of Wonder Girls, we know how they perform with Guinevere's, with all the jumps and a whole lot of damage coming out. So definitely these are good. Let's see, as I know that Wonder Girls gonna leave them no chance at this time, and already they are taking Hirara for their first pick. So I think Vanquish needs to think about, the whole situation this time, since they were, going with Novaria, Marcel, and Beatrix, that kind of picks. So yeah, definitely it is Belleric has been, picked from the side of Vanquish. So let's see what happens.
Maybe Eudora. Oh, but no, they are not going to prioritize Eudora right now. And Wonder Girls, they might be able to pick the Eudora. And I'm really, you know, curious about what are the Team Vanquish Fincher gonna pick in that mid lane.
I think they're going to go for the Eve, maybe, you know. Or maybe Lilia. Yeah, okay. We have Lilia and Minotaur from our Wonder Girls side, uh, which I was kind of expecting, either Eve or Lilia. We have it. Let's see how this match goes for them. I am really looking forward our Hirara being played from our Wonder Girls. Uh, let's see how it really works against Paquito. I think Paquito is going to be the jungler. Uh, as we saw that in the first match between them, right? So I think one on one we can really expect a lot between these two particular heroes. So yeah, right now I'm not very sure how both of the teams draft is really going to look like, but again, the one you're expecting, we have Vidora from our Vanquish. So I think it is going to be difficult for Hirara, like Vidora targeting Hirara.
Mhm.
Maybe that is why she was picked. But then again, let's see. Let's see.
Yeah,
There
even
are
the
still
huge
two
burst
remaining
of
picks.
Paquito, huge burst of Paquito and the AOACC, the taunts from the Better Break will be
Yeah.
um, really annoying for Hirara. Let's see how she'll
Hmm.
be ganking onto the team fights. It's still that
True.
Belric is flexible onto the experience, so I guess Matilda might be a really good ban if Wonder Girls want to ban her out. So
Hmm.
from the Vanquish Fincher, what do you expect for the ban and for the pick, Tanzim?
This time, as I was, about to say Alice, they already banned her. I think having Alice in between the team fight can go with, a lot of damage, and with that, you will have a really bad move around. With the Minotaur and Alice can do really good. So definitely that was one. And if I move on to the peak, then I will say that this time they might go with, as in, I can see that Matilda is still open. They can go with Matilda, like Belleric flying around, as well as a really good marksman. So I am kind of not expecting anything like attack speed or something, but since there is not that much tanky heroes, but they can go with heroes like how to say Clint or any kind of burst hero, since Lilia gonna deal a lot of damage, and her link clearing ability is so good if I compare against Eudora. So yeah, and well, it's a carry again from the side of Wonder Girls. So having carry in this tonight matches, I think this is gonna be the, how do I say, like another moment for her to be scared or to be scary for your opponent.
Yeah, exactly.
True. True.
Now that they
True.
have picked the gold laner, they needed an XP laner, which could sustain, by the way. I was hoping for something tanky. Still, the Uranus was open, who could, take the boosts for some possible ambush, because there's Yudora and even the Paquito from the side of Team Vanquish Fincher. But okay, the Teresa could also work in the same way. Vanquish Vincere, they only okay, once again they will be picking up that bait fix, which was
Beatrix.
really good during the during the laning phase against the Gupts from the Team Wonder Girls. Once again, she might be having a really good time, but let's see who will be the one who that secures the secures the slot for the upper bracket finals. This is the last match, last game for today between the Team Wonder Girls versus the Team Vanquish Vincere. Good luck, both of the teams. Have your best games in this match.
Mm-hmm. Like looking at the draft right now, both of the teams they've got really good lineups, in my opinion. We have we have Baxia in the hyper from our Vanquish. We have Atlas, we met Hirara from our Wonder Girls. Uh, I was expecting, Paquito being the hyper, but then we have the Baxia. So I think it is going to be, if it's going to be one on one between Hirara and Baxia, it is still going to be an amazing um match to see, to witness, because Baxia being a utility best hero and Hirara being the assassin one, I think the fights would have been, really interesting. So yes, how do you feel about it, Tanzin?
Well, I would say having Baxia in your team is having a really built-in heal reduction. So against
Yeah.
heroes like Terizla, that's gonna be a pain for Wonder Girls if they cannot maintain their position as well as the farms against the team. And if I talk about Sundar picking Lilia here, Lilia can
Hmm.
also heal herself, but that only comes with the ultimate black shoes, so that
Yeah.
will give her another pain. So if Cupcake managed to maintain the positions and
Hmm.
farms, and if they have the upper hand as well, if I look at the gold right now, the upper hand goes to Wonder Girls. They are leading at this moment, but later
Hmm.
on, if Baksha can do something, then Wonder Girls might be in a trouble, since it's a do or die matches. So definitely Vanquish will go for that.
Yes, exactly. And I think the mid pressure from the early on was really amazing to see. And at the bottom lane, we can see Baxia and Pakita being there, three men from our Wonder Girls. But I think it is not going to be an intense fight. I really hope that Vanquish just stay away. But again, we have Belleric and Eudora following up for the turtle fight. And look at the way they're charging in, like in the bottom lane, Paquito being very much low HP survives. Lovely, and the way Teresa
Oh,
goes in with 4-man charge, and very first kill from at least we met Thunder gets another kill over Cupcake. Lovely fight, lovely, trade. Not trade actually, like a lovely kill.
damages that came out
Yes,
from
yes,
Wonder Girls.
exactly,
So I would say at this
exactly.
point that Vanquish needed to, be on the safe zone a bit more, since it was the turtle time. So definitely you
Yes.
don't want to get killed. And Cupcake was the victim as well as Owen. So I think they were dancing in the early stage before the turtle. So that was good. Like the
Mhm.
turtle was here, they were roaming around. But the next moment when the Ask just dived in, that's the point where they
Mhm.
lost themselves. So if
Exactly.
Vanquish can avoid that kind of fight, because definitely Wonder Girls will try to, poke them and make themselves delicious foods in front of Vanquish. So if they don't chase, they will be able to survive. As in Vanquish will be able to survive. But
Huh.
if they
True.
dives in, then that's gonna be, the end for Vanquish.
Yes, and like look at them, like look at the both teams coming in. Bacteria. Okay, we have her around the map, like the mobility that she has because of her I think the second skill. That's like really helpful, for like moving in from one point to another. But yes, except for that, like look at our Wonder Girls, backing a little down. a little back and then just charging in. They are not totally aggressive, but also they're not very defensive. They're balanced at this point, like right now. And in looking at the itemizations right now, we don't have much of anything going on, but we have lovely Mean and Fury coming in, lovely Terry's last, and then we have one-on-one trade from both of the sides. And our Wonder Girl still going in, which was a very bad decision because our Idora gets a kill over Hirara. That was a very one-on-one fight. I think Wonder Girls still okay. Anyway, yes,
They're safe for now.
they're safe for now.
And again, it's the turtle that will be, I think, Vanquish will be able to take it for now. But, earlier the way we saw that at last we made as well as Sundar were literally pushing themselves away, we might face that scene once again. But this time Retribution goes in. Vanquish managed to slay the turtle this time. And Cupcake is, I think, feeling so happy. So, yeah, because, you need to do your best on this Land of Dawn, as well as you need to maintain your lanes, your fights. And having Baksha as your hero in the Hyper, I think there is Minotaur as well as there is Lilia. He should, just maintain the positions and just dive in. The way they casted the Retribution right on time, that was the key to the victory, I think. So, yeah, let's see what happens next. This time, I think Cupcake might be in some kind of trouble. Harry is trying to dive in, but that's not so easy, Manisha. Like, even if you try to do something, you still need a proper plan, a setup, and time.
Exactly. And I think our Wonder Girls are just waiting for the perfect time to dive in, but it is still very risky for both of the teams, because all of them are right there, and a very good damage from our Papito coming in to our Hirara. Like, see, Papito has a lot of damage, but I think she's like playing really safe at this moment. And I think it's understandable, they don't want to risk it, right? Because it is the final match for both of the team, both of the team. So yes, again, looking at the map right now, our Wonder Girls are trying to gang into our Naira, but Naira is in the mid lane, clearing the goals there, taking goals from both sides. I think they're going to pressurize at the mid lane, and we have Black Shoes being used, which was forced from our Vanquish, I think there's going to be something rather dry coming in. Lovely jump from Minotaur, but it was worthless because our Naira gets another kill over. Oh god.
Let's have a look at that position once again. Carrie coming up with her golden stuff, and Beatrice with Blade of Despair. That's a really good one. And if we look at the Baksha is building physical defenses at this point after having a magic defense. So definitely that's gonna work a lot on Cupcake. And if we talk about the objectives, then the bottom tower was the first one from the side of Vanquish. So I think having Carrie on your team gonna give you upper hand, but since Beatrix is the master of guns, just look at her damage coming out from all the how do I say this, the multiple bullets as well as a lot of bombs. That's really insane. Combined with Wrath of Dryads, might be another one going for Naira. But the tower saves the day since Vanquish don't want to dive in. But let's not say that. Moonson Fury, Naira is coming up with killing spree once again. Owen is trying to deal damage, but I think the second skill could have been a good point, but there's a cooldown, of course. So and I will say that Vanquish is trying to focus on the lens. We are here with our pause. So
Yeah.
meanwhile, I will say, Manisha, that if Vanquish, like they were always having fights, avoiding fights, and again having
Hmm.
fights. So this time,
Yeah.
if they focus on the objectives a bit more, I think they'll be
Yeah.
able to come up with a good victory at this point.
Yes, I mean definitely. Like, look at the leads. Sorry, the goal difference. It's like what, 200 goals, which is like nothing. And looking at the Tara situation, it is in more favor of Vanquish, as it is going to give them an early advantage to just pressurize them even more. Our Wonder Girls. And I think our Carrie, she is not being able to give her best during the team fights because of her range. She has to be in a certain position to give that damage to our Vanquish. And I think they're just trying to figure out how to keep Carrie safe, but also give her that position to so that she can deal damage to Vanquish.
Exactly.
And regarding the Vanquish, I think our Naira as Beatrix is really really good. The damage she is dealing is pretty insane, and it's already 8 minutes. I think the Lord will be spawning any moment now, and definitely they both are going to contest for the Lord.
Definitely, they will try to take the Lord on their side, as in Wonder and Vanquish won't leave any
Mm-hmm.
single chance to lose the Lord. Since the gold is so close, so definitely they have a really good chance to secure it and take it to the side. So let's welcome back once again on the Land of Dawn, and here we go again. It's all about Wonder Girls and Vanquish Vincere, the one last female category team that's gonna stand tonight, and we really hope that Vanquish made it to the end. As well as for Wonder Girls, I do hope for them as well that they do their best on to win this round. And let's look at the, oh my god, they're going in. Goops finally got Narancia. Yeah, that was a really bad position for Paquito, and she was literally in front of Goops. So definitely she will take
Mm-hmm.
her moment at this point. And yeah, like look at the towers. The first tier tower is secured by Vanquish, and on the other hand, Wonder Girls already managed to take only one. So that's gonna give them, a really bad positioning, and as well as the map access. And since Vanquish is going for the Lord, I think there will be another fight. I can really spot that Hari is trying to
Yeah.
dive in, like looking for a right moment, I guess, as well as Aspen. Like these roamers are securing the front lane, get to dive in, and if they do, that's gonna be a mess. That will be a mess. So let's see, the Lord is dancing at this point. So Manisha, I am so scared at this point. I really hope that these two teams do their best on this Lord.
Yes, exactly. I think our Wonder Girls, they were trying to isolate our Bastia from coming in, but we have Minion Fury coming in, as well as Wrath of Dryad, and Goop gets another kill over our Belleric, doing a very crucial moment, but Naira gets another kill over our Lilia. 1-for-1 trade. But I think this is going to be a very difficult position for our Wonder Girls. Like, look at our Vanquish charging in. The way actually early on they were trying to isolate Baxia was their strategy, so that Wonder Girls could easily get this Lord. But like, look at them right now, such a damage from Paquito, but our Paquito gets killed, but also our Idora gets double kill over our Wonder Girls. What just happened?
They are just
What
killing and
just
killing
happened?
and killing. Like Wonder Girl is not ready to give up the Lord, as well as Vanquish. They are not ready to let them have the Lord, as well as Wrath of
Look
Dryad
at them,
comes
look at them.
in. Aspen finally took down the main front laner from the side of Wonder Girls, and this might be their best moment to secure the Lord from the side of Vanquish Vincere. Let's see as is trying to dive in, I guess, but that's gonna be on the last moment of the Lord since Vanquish is not backing up. Has finally got
Lovely.
Aspen at this point. Retribution at last 3 men finally managed to take down 2 more people. 3 men down. Naira backing off. She's not backing off. And will finally shut it down with a double kill. The last one standing is Naira all alone. And the Lord is still
Damn.
missing. That was a hell of a fight. And it's all about Wonder Girls this time. I am really
Exactly.
scared now.
Exactly, the way this turned out so well for Wonder Girls. Well, let's see if they can really push those turrets and get some advantage for themselves, because Lord is already on their side, and I think this is a very crucial moment where they can pressurize the mid lane, to secure the position for themselves. But also, like, since we have Belleric who keeps on taunting you, it is going to be very difficult to take that mid lane. Meanwhile, we can already see that Beatrix is there to deal with that Lord herself, and I think it is just going to be defended without even, the second turret getting down. But meanwhile, both teams getting very aggressive. Fury coming in from Wonder Girls, and the Wrath of Dryad was followed up. Summer gets a kill. Similarly, Naira gets another kill over. Double kill from Naira. Both Hari and Az had to lose their position, their life at that moment. But I think there is still a chance for Wonder Girls. But what? Black Shoes popping in. Damn, that was an intense situation for Wonder Girls. What just happened? Wow.
Vanquish literally saved Wonder Girls from Billnet's rage, and the rage coming out of Naira is so good at this moment, and the way Vanquish is protecting her, she's gonna be the main one to deal all the damages and walk towards your victory, so Wonder Girls definitely gonna focus on her, and I can spot in the minimap that Beatrice is all alone, and since Aspen is giving all the visions, it's good for you to be alone but not be so alone all the team fights time. So yeah, definitely, let's see, look at the damage that's coming out from all the bombs she is keep on popping from her guns. And yeah, since Wonder Girl and Vanquish is still holding their position with 200 gold difference for now, so it's not that much happening yet. What's happening is really exciting and amazing, I'll say. And it's so hard for these two teams to compete one against another just because of the golden. You're not snowballing your team. You're just fighting head to head. So when it's all about head to head fights, it becomes the objective first, I think, and that's what Vanquish is trying to do over Wonder Girls. They only secured the top lane, but if I talk about Vanquish, they have still their right time and position. Let's see, once again another fight comes in. I think Aspen being down here, Vanquish might be in some kind of trouble, but alright, they are backing off. Like, it's the tower, not the towers, my bad, it's the Lord time, so definitely they won't try to lose themselves, because still, even if they don't manage to secure it, they have to defend it. So let's see, Retribution might come in. Oh my god! Finally Cupcake managed to save the Lord, and Goops finally gave her the answer they needed. And this time, 2 men down from the side of Vanquish is still the Lord is on their side. Gonna come burst into the Wonder side from the top lane. And yeah, I will.
Yeah, like, look at how that Cupcake
exactly
stole the Lord. It was such a crucial moment, and it could have been really bad for our Wonder Girls as well, but they decided to fall back, which was a very good decision, because Lord is marching in and we're just 3 men. So the thing that you have to do is defend your turret. If you defend it, if you're alive, the game is still alive. So yeah, I think that is what you have to focus on at this moment. And I think, look at the kills. It's 13 for 13, and the goal difference is not that much, but still, I think much enough to, have that gap. But I think it's already about to be a late game, almost 17 minutes now. So again, our both Goop, our carry, and our Naira Beatrix, they're both going to hurt you a lot, And look at Naira's KDA 903. Damn. If you're not going to, like, Wonder Girl, if you're not going to take down Naira, she is going to be a real pain to you. Okay, coming in, we have Rapid Dry. Lovely engagement from both of the teams. I think there's going to be an intense killing situation from our Wonder Girls. And look at our Thunder and Elizabeth Met going in for a kill over Cupcake. And yes, she gets a kill. And with that as well, like Wonder Girls, they're able to get the mid turret, which they were focusing on for so long. Damn. Oh god, I think it, like, this could have been such a good moment for Wonder
Yeah.
Girls, but since the minion pressure, like, look at the minion pressure right now, so they cannot really focus on the pushing side. Because by the time they are like clearing the lanes, our Vanquish, they already are respawned.
Yeah, so definitely the optimization is here, and if I look at Naira, she is with immortality as well as Goops coming up with Wind of Nature. So both marksman, holds their position, and they don't want to die at this point. I think this time the mid tower they were trying to, as in fact, we were trying to protect wasn't worth it because they already lost two of them. So. But still, the fight goes in, and Net finally managed to take down two of them, and Aspen as well as Cupcake. My God, I wasn't expecting anything like this at this point. Just because you lost your Roamer and your Hyper, you are gonna be in trouble. Vanquish is gonna be in trouble because there is no one to compete, no one to protect your squishies, as in Naira and Owen, and no one to take down your Lord and stuff like that, like objectives and others. So I am really, looking forward to it, how Vanquish defends themselves.
But I think they still have that time to, by the time they respawn, like our Cupcake in Aspen, I think they will be able to defend it. But also the way our Wonder Girls have, freeze the lane to avoid more farming. I think it's pretty good. But okay, we have like a lane sinking in, and immortalities being seen from both, like from our Beatrix and our Belleric. It is going to be a very difficult, a challenging situation, I would say. A very challenging situation for our Wonder Girls to, just end this game, But let's see if they're going to move in. And yes, they are. Oh no, yes, Rapid Drag coming in. Lovely jump from Minotaur, but the damage is insane. Minion Fury coming in with a follow-up. But look at the damage from our Beatrix, but she gets. Oh no, our Eclipse met. She gets killed. She gets a kill, to Paquito. And this Lord, I think it is going to get defended from our Vanquish, but one man down during a very crucial team fight. Yeah, it's really, it's really bad.
This can be the turning point for Wonder Girls, because they finally managed to make a really, a real difference at this point with nearly 5,000 gold. And of course, LK in this fight, Narencia was trying to do something but ended up getting killed. So definitely that gave them the lower hand. And if I look at the build here with Minotaur coming up with a lot of defenses, as well as having Terizla on the front, that's insane. And All right. Another damage, another kill. Cupcake is dead once again. Like, I wasn't expecting that kind of death from Cupcake, because, it's still in 21 minutes running from this land of dawn, and
Mhm.
definitely Goop's gonna do a whole lot of damage on your tanks. Aspen and
Yeah.
Cupcake will be in trouble, but not like this. So, this time, another lord will be on Wonder Girl's side, and the fight they had. I will again say, Manisha, that the previous lord, when the Cupcake and Aspen was taken down by Wonder Girls, that was the moment I felt like Vanquish won't be able to make it to happen. Even though Wonder Girls, dived the tower in the mid lane and really focusing on to Vanquish, even though
Mhm.
they were literally in between the second and the inhibitor tower, but still the way they
Yeah.
managed to keep themselves alive as well as take down two important towers, that was insane. So definitely I don't see any hope from the side of Vanquish, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, it really looks good for the Wonder Girls right now because, I mean, what were you thinking, trying to trying to initiate a fight during a very crucial moment while the very powerful Lord surges. And I think it is going to be very difficult for our Vanquish to defend this. Like, look at the damage coming from Wonder Girls charging in, like the Minion Fury coming in. Lovely damages from Beatrix. Oh my god. But
That's yeah.
unfortunately, this was game for our Wonder Girls. What a game. What a game. What a performance, actually.
Well, very wonderful game from both of the teams. Very commendable match, by the way. And the gameplay from Naira, especially, that was really good. I think
Yeah.
her Beatrix will remain banned in um, the rest of the matches, upcoming matches, I would say, Tanzim. And yeah, that was really great fight from both of the teams. Even Cupcakes, she managed to still the Lord. I mean, she managed to win the retribution once in the Lord, even though she had
Hmm.
that one level gap in the
Hmm.
experience. That was also really commendable thing to say about Cupcake. And yeah, Team Wonder
Hmm.
Girls, they had really hard time winning this game against Vanquish Vincere. I would like to say this was the most interesting game throughout this tournament. Even while we compare the open category, this was the best ever matchup. Right,
Yeah,
Tanzim?
I mean, yeah,
exactly. Like, when there is all about Vanquish and all the teams that they are facing, they are trying their best, and it always becomes the best of three. That is what happened again this time. But I think the point where Wonder Girls, like I was earlier, Manisha, I was talking about, the Beatrix being alone and getting killed by Wonder Girls.
hmm,
That happened actually, but this time it was all about the rumor and hyper. That was
yeah,
the main key point for Wonder Girls to take it to the victory.
exactly. Even I agree with you. The way our Minotaur was playing, she was on point. Her positioning was really good. She was saving her teammates. She was giving proper vision. And also, I think something that went wrong with our team Vanquish was that the roaming position and the timing of your ultimate. And yes, our Wonder Girls as favorite not favorite, but yes, her quote of the day: "An apple a day keeps everyone away if you throw it hard enough." And I think they threw their apple so hard at Vanquish, you know, they had to go away in the
No,
lower
it was the
bracket.
hammer, by the way,
Yeah,
from Ezekiel, that big hammer of Terizla that
yeah,
cleared the back line. I mean,
exactly.
even when that situation, I saw that, you know, the kiting, the damage kiting from
Mm-hmm,
Naira, that was really good. She didn't even uh, used her Wind of Nasser whenever Ezekiel was jumping onto her. And right
mm-hmm,
after Ezekiel jumps onto her, there was who the carry was was giving her the follow up, but then after the carry comes onto her, then
Yeah.
only she was using the Wind of Nature, so that was really good.
Mhm.
I'm still glazing the gameplay of the golden era of Vanquish Vincere. Well, here is the updated bracket of the women's category. But the sports will
Mhm.
be facing Wonder Girls on the upper bracket finals, while Vanquish Vincere, who have been placed on the lower brackets, they will be facing 7 Second Esports. So once again, I'll go with Tanzim. Vanquish Vincere, will they be having a good tough time against 7 Second Esports according to their their performance in the earlier
Well,
matches?
I think they will be able to do something because, this is going to be the end of their journey if they don't make it to the victory. So, definitely, we already saw that how 7 Second Esports plays, and as well as all the teams, they faced them, Vanquish Vincere, and they know what they should do, like what their mistakes, as well as the main strategy, the team fight, all their style, the play style, positioning, everything. I think if Vanquish works on that, they will be able to stand in front of 7 Second in sports. On the other hand, if I talk about 7 Second, they also have the same scenes as Vanquish, so it's their last chance. But I do really hope that since it's the only team that's standing from Bangladesh. So definitely Vanquish should do their best again.
So yeah, that was
Yeah.
it for today. We also have lots of giveaways. You can check the pinned comment, and we even have the giveaways outside of the live streams. You can participate in the editing contest, which is of worth 7,500 worth of diamonds in the giveaway. We also have some few quiz contests on the social handle of MLB Nepal and MLB Bangladesh. We'll be coming back tomorrow with the open category playoffs day number 1 with the match of Aura Sports versus Evergreen Esports, and the second match for tomorrow will be September 9 versus Kingsman from Bangladesh. So Manisha, what are your expectations for tomorrow? And yeah, I'd like you to in the stream for today.
Well, today's match were so much interesting. I hope the same for tomorrow. The kind of energy that we all witnessed today will still remain tomorrow. I really hope that. And to our viewers, please don't forget to, lock in, because tomorrow's matches are going to be as crazy as today's. So, yeah, that is all from my side. And I think this is the day for today. That was all the games that was we were witnessing. And yes, with that, I would like to sign off as casters today. So good night from my side.
Yeah, as a host, I was Sudan Rai for today, and with me, that's Tanzim on my right hand side. Manisha just, waved you goodbye. I'll also wave you goodbye. See you tomorrow at the same time in the same channel.
Killing spree! Hold on, Uranus! Pasha! We need you!
Divine judgment! Witness the power of pure light! lightning!